Greetings once more. I see you've stopped by for another drink. Perhaps a story? Well, I can continue where we last left off. Spydom. Spy work. Spies. Well, pirates doing their best to be spies. And certainly, where we left off, they were attempting true spy work. So perhaps you're interested. Sit back down, enjoy your drink, and we continue where we left off, seeing just how the pirates of Myste deal with being spies, successful or not. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Buccaneers of the Shackled Sea. For now, you've got me because, honestly, it's hot and terrible.
It's genuinely horrific.
I think it's just a lot of the humidity. It's just kind of bad.
Yeah, the humidity has been hell.
Yeah, just a little less humidity.
I think someone transported us to the Nine Hells.
Would the 9 Hells be humid though? Surely it'd be a dry.
Depends on the
Depends on which one of the hells.
True,
Yeah.
there is like a water one.
Yeah.
One hell's cold as well, Levistus's lair.
Two
Yeah,
are
it's been
technically
frozen over.
Two are cold.
Yeah.
4 and 8.
That
I think
the
the
cold
hot
hell
ones
is
are just a dry heat though.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you go according to a Pathfinder / D&D game I did, we froze an extra layer of hell in that game.
That was like a war crime.
It kind of was.
Well, but outsiders aren't people, so that's fine.
Wow. All comes out.
I did manage to make enemies with every single devil
Hey.
that existed
Comes
that
out.
day.
I will say, outsiders are literally not people because they can't be affected by person spells.
They're also devils. They're not people. They're devils.
And it was a war crime because I had the choice of using the freezing ability on one of the already cold hells, and I chose a fiery one.
Don't they already don't devils and stuff like reincarnate contiguously? So like,
Yeah, but one of the hot layers is permanently frozen now.
well,
Yes.
yeah, but you know, adapts, okay?
Look, I decided to use the Ring of Winter on it, so I didn't freeze favorite. Or was it Glaren? Or wherever the fuck we were. I don't remember. Anyway, stories for another day. If you missed last time we played 2 weeks ago, because I was sick last week,
Oh, there you go.
I know, being horribly in a condition that I would much rather, I technically think I slept through the entire time we would have been playing. Just, kind of just awful. But 2 weeks ago, you saw a weapon test, and then you went and broke into a building. And by broke into a building, I mean you convinced some people in the front office to take you to the floor below where you need to go, where all the, assistant officers of the admirals have, a joint office doing their work, because the person at the front that's escorting you here thinks you're meeting with one of them under the admiral that you're attempting to steal information from. That's where we left off. And no one in that room recognizes you. Go.
Yeah, we're in a room right now.
Oh, yeah.
We are in a room.
There's someone here talking to us, I think.
There's 3 people here, actually. There is the person that escorted you here. And then there are 2 people working. One of which is one of the officers that works for the Admiral Thrune, which you're being directed to. Because there are more than one, but only one appears to be here, and the other one works for a different admiral. They're doing paperwork. They're, taking care of business they need to before logging in either with the offices and stuff like that. It's bureaucracy at its best in this room.
You know, I had a momentary thought of, if this person's a port, what if we just killed him? But then I'm like, oh wait, they just be resurrected, so that doesn't really matter.
Not if we destroyed,
Well, if one of us had a
yeah.
raise dead or a make zombie spell or whatever, we could stop his resurrection. But that feels a bit cruel and unusual. Well, I don't.
Okay, I have an even better spell than that. Ready?
I'm scared.
It's called Reincarnate Spy. It functions as resurrection, right? You bring him back, except for they have like a Gias type thing, I think, from what I read, that essentially makes him like work for you.
Well, we could also just try, since he's already been enchanted to like us.
No,
Oh,
the only one that's enchanted. Actually, no. No one here is enchanted.
Yeah,
the person that escorted you up was not the enchanted one.
Oh.
It was the one that was actually like at the front desk. So it was everybody else in the like entryway got enchanted except the one person you made diplomacy checks with, which brought you up here.
Yeah. So there's this dude, and
one of the people.
About where we need to go.
We do know the room we need.
You know the room you need to go.
Yeah.
I mean, we could try to just knock this guy out.
Again, 3 people here.
Oh.
We're incredibly powerful people.
Yeah,
You
we
are
can knock
incredibly
people
powerful
out
people.
easily, but we're trying to not make.
You are technically in the middle of a hallway at the entrance to a room that's very large. I'm
gonna be real. If we don't kill these guys now, they will die in the ensuing fire when we...
That's fine. I mean, that's a later problem for them.
Anyway, and so the person that escorted you, the officer, would be like, these are people that were looking for, I think, you or one of your fellow officers that works under Admiral Thrun. Can I help you? I have not heard from your... I do not know of you, and none of my fellow associates. What's the word that works under like a officer or military official? I'm trying to think of the word.
Subordinate.
That's not the one I'm looking for. Like assistants. Underlings is too like villainy.
I mean, that's a bit like...
It's too like just villain vibes, you know.
Underling is
secretary.
It's technically not correct either. There is a word for it.
What type of word are you looking for?
The one that's like you are like a you work directly under someone as their kind of assistant or something.
That would be assistant.
That's not the word I'm looking for, but assistant could work.
Adjutant?
Adjutant? That might be the word I'm looking for.
Adjutant.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah. It's like the people that work under lawyers and stuff too. They also work the
aid. It's like an aid.
Military aid it could be.
It goes with military aid.
Paralegal.
None of me
is the one. Yeah.
None of me or my fellow adjutants, or at least my fellow adjutants, did not tell me of a meeting with anybody. Were you expecting one of them here? Because I'm the only one assigned at this point in time.
I believe then you could help us with a matter.
Didn't you say you had a meeting to me?
No, I think this one assumed that.
Huh? No, this is the guy that brought you up. I mean,
we never said we were meeting.
We never said a meeting. We said we were looking for documents.
Yeah,
I believe
so we got documents.
Because we were trying to get him first, because we were trying to get something tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That was the lie.
You were meeting with documents that you were meeting with someone tomorrow or something.
Yeah, we were grabbing documents to get ourselves ready for tomorrow.
Now.
Okay.
With this man's assumption, probably doesn't care that much.
I thought there had been talk of like an arrangement of some kind of meeting to get the documents or something.
No, we're just gonna steal that shit.
I mean, that's like the lie to get you up here, though, is what I mean. You know.
We don't believe that, but we're here now.
Because that's what I recalled, though, when we were talking about things. But maybe I'm misremembering. It has been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks.
Anyway. Look, I'm very busy. Why don't you come back tomorrow? You'd be helped out then. I'm sure whoever was helping you out or was ever going to be able to get you something would be able to assist at that point in time. Apologies. Officer, can you escort them out? We have business to get to, unless there's something else that you need.
I so badly want to ask for a bathroom. If that's all, is there a place where I can use the restroom real quick? I'm not
Yeah,
familiar with the layout.
I'll be back downstairs. I can show it to you when we return down there.
Lovely, lovely.
Okay, hold on. Just to wrap my brain around this. We're essentially being kicked out because they don't believe what we're doing here.
No, you didn't really give anybody a good excuse as to why you be here.
More like we just don't have any actual information to use to give an excuse to be here.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have to do this.
How? This guy who is escorting us, how tough is he?
Yeah.
I guess I have like a size up sense motive.
Alright, 39.
Yeah,
Ever hear of knockout gas?
looks probably a little better than your average soldier. But hard to say. Isn't dressed particularly tough. But again,
Okay.
working behind a desk right
Leather
now.
jacket. Who would guess how much HP?
Now I don't believe you can make that.
I know, I'm sure. I bet we could one-tap him. Back of the head bonk.
I
Fine.
nudge to Yaalkol. Kind of like give a nod. I try to get Yaalkol's attention. I look at the guy, give like a little subtle nod, and then nod back to Yaalkol. However Yaalkol interprets that is up to
So, yeah, cool. I'm gonna need a sense motive from you because I just don't think you pick up on this automatically.
Hopefully he picks it up on it, and we leave this area before we start our plan. That's actually not bad.
bad.
That's not bad. Alright, so...
Normally, you can
So
convey it.
I'm sorry. What did you do?
I kind of give a nod, like a subtle nod to you, and then nodded, kind of head nod to the other guy, and then nodded back to you. Right, to
Okay.
get your attention to focus on this guy. Just trying to pass you a secret message that you and I are gonna jump him. If he dies, he dies.
Well,
Yeah.
when you do that, I'll just go I'll look at you for a moment. You'll see for a moment I'm a little confused, and then I'll nod. You can see a sort of understanding coming over me, and I'll nod, and I'll just sort of surreptitiously, continue following for the time being.
Yep. We will start moving. Moving.
Okay, he'll lead you to the staircase that heads down. And, of course, back to the first floor and back towards the front of the building.
Okay,
I presume we're gonna do this in the stairwell.
Yes.
Okay.
So
How close? Because you were being taken to a bathroom.
yeah,
bathroom
which
is on the
downstairs.
first floor because...
So we're in the
It's-
stairwell. Perfect place to knock someone out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So. We'll look back to Yaalkol. We're in the stairwell now.
Mhm.
How do you want to handle this?
As a note, to attack non-lethally, it's a -4 to your attack.
Also, as a note, I don't think
so-
any of you have any weapons on hand because you
I
really
do,
want to...
I have a blade
I
with a hidden
I
weapon.
do.
Yeah, I always
Gauntlet.
have weapons on me.
Okay, that's what I mean is you have things like gauntlets or stuff like that.
No. Gauntlet of Story.
Okay,
my
you have gauntlets.
my gauntlets or my weapons.
Specifically,
We all have them.
Myste has a blade scarf, which is a hidden weapon.
Yeah, and so I can draw my weapon as a free action. So I'm just gonna look at Misty. I'm gonna pull out my hammer, and I'm gonna move up to attack him.
I will, while he's distracted by this, I want to come up behind him and try to strangle him with a scarf.
Jesus
A scarf
Christ.
covered in knives, by the way. His throat is getting slit. There is no non-lethal in this.
Mhm.
Well, you can.
Sledges
I
and
mean,
then
if
try
you
to
choose
dash
not
him
to.
with a hammer.
If you choose not to, it's fine. Just
I guess the two of you roll
You got
initiative to
a-
see who goes first in this, you know?
yeah. I mean,
Shocker, it's probably me.
Probably.
Yeah, certainly.
Very
And
much
plus
so.
21 to initiative.
I guess, Misty, make me a CM B attempt, because you're grappling.
Check if I have things set right to do it. So I'm still at. That is a... Alright, CMB.
Yes. It's a grappling.
33.
Three is pretty good. Okay. So you certainly get a hold of the person. All right, Erik. So this guy is got like something around his throat. He's kind of like choking for the moment. What do you want to do?
What are you doing, Erik? Because I have a different plan after.
The way that Yaalkol interpreted what you said is we're killing this guy.
Yeah.
Yaalkol didn't interpret it any other way, so I'm gonna hit him with my hammer.
All right.
He's dead.
He might be dead.
No, he's dead.
So I'm assuming I just make. Well, I'm gonna roll my normal attack. And
Yeah, you have to roll attack still.
Oh, God.
Well, he might live the first hit.
He might live.
That probably doesn't live.
Do I get multiple attacks? I assume I had to move up.
I think you would have had to move, yeah.
Honestly, it's like, yeah. You'd probably just get the one. Alright. I'm gonna roll a d20. See how this goes. Alright, okay. Alright, Misty.
Alright, God. Okay, I have two things I can do, and one of them is really, really sucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Is it funny?
Technically, yes. But it is really fucked up. And I'm gonna make them around.
Ooh.
Alright, Misty would. I'm going to just try to slit his throat with my scarf. Because again, it is covered in plates.
Get him.
Okay, roll me another CMB attempt.
22.
22. Okay.
It's not great.
Not great. Let me check something here.
Join in, but
Yeah, I was just double checking.
I mean, I
something.
assume this guy's dead after this event.
Well, if this doesn't succeed in either killing him or something, we may still need to react so he doesn't.
It's a little hard to stop someone from screaming out if someone's trying to smash him with a hammer, you know what I mean? It's a little...
So I'm just looking up something here just to make sure I got the right numbers.
I mean, if we're had. We just fight these.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we just, like, go upstairs and grab our thing and then teleport out after lighting Alchemist fire.
Alright,
Okay, so swift action to pull out a nice sword.
how much damage does your scarf do?
The scarf is a d6 plus 3.
Okay, roll your d6 plus 3.
You can just click the damage die, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why it's going twice.
It rolls the normal and the crit.
Yeah, it does roll the normal and the crit.
Oh,
That's how
Okay.
all Pathfinder stuff is.
8 blade damage to the throat.
Uh-huh. I walked away from it. Of course, I did already. Over here. All right. So you do some pretty wicked damage to his throat, but it does seem like he's at least getting his fingers in enough there that you're not just slitting it outright, and he's cutting his fingers off
Okay,
and stuff.
can I get an attack in? I seen them.
I guess if you
Everyone
want to
circle
roll
around.
initiative, then.
We're circling up on this poor
Didn't
guy.
expect this one, did you?
Yeah, the old 1-2 circle up.
The old, we're a party of psychopaths.
Yeah, you know, it's fine. It's fine.
I need to pull out a token.
This guy probably had a wife and kids, you know.
Whoa,
I'm not
Oh,
tracking
okay.
initiative. I just needed it in
You're
the.
not making me feel guilt trip.
Okay.
This is
Oh,
Nazi
okay.
Germany. I don't
No.
feel
I
guilty
just
about
want to see
anybody
what
I
it is.
murder
It's
here.
like you. It.
Jacob's joining into.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just need. You don't even need the token. Just click on your initiative. Yeah.
Got
so
it. I got it.
Yeah.
And that 20.
All right. So now, what do you want to do, Chester? You would
I'm
have to move up to
going-
this guy too. He was walking
Yeah.
in front with probably. I'm gonna tell you, the one that was probably closest to him was Revia, because he was telling Revia where to go to the bathroom. And why am I in a different spot?
Where are you?
What changed?
Oh, someone. The
Oh, when I lost power and came
Phil's
back.
camera
maybe,
went off,
or-
that's why.
Oh yeah. I see that.
I'll fix
Yo,
it in a minute.
Did you just crit initiative?
Yes.
You
Man,
like secretly
We'll
just
see if
watching them
someone
like do
gets
their
that.
thing. You were like, you know what? This sounds
your
like fine.
your crit is 9 more than my base initiative.
Oh, show off.
Let me see something. Yeah, I'm gonna just spring attack at this dude,
Okay.
just because I can. So,
Right.
and I only get one attack anyway. So.
Yep.
Let's do golden sword. And it's a critical.
Uh huh.
So 40.
Yup.
Oh,
Is it just 40 or is there anything else there?
oh, yeah. Hold on. When I confirm a critical hit, I can do crippling critical.
Uh huh.
I'll give him a -4 to his AC.
I don't think.
Okay.
He's a corpse now.
If he's
No,
still
he's
alive,
still up.
if someone else needs to hit him, they have
Jacob, what are you
bonus
doing?
to hit.
You can do something to get rid of this body too.
Is he still alive?
He's
Is he
still alive.
Holy
He's looking
ghost.
very terrible as he's been run through now. Probably there's this horrible gaping wound in his stomach. He kind of got probably some of his ribs are broken. He's got this thing he's kind of holding back as he's trying to cut his throat. He's got his eyes are wide with terror.
Gosh, this poor man.
I'm sorry.
Does he need to be
The
stabbed?
blood is splattered
I'm gonna
all
remind
over
you
the
that
place
this is a
here.
guy
He'll
who
be prestidigitated.
he is a complicit part of a regime that worships devils, so we
Uh-huh.
don't need to feel too guilty about this.
I don't
No,
feel
I
too
mean,
guilty, but just
I don't feel guilty at
like-
all.
We have killed countless people. This
We're
is
not
just one
Good
more.
people, to be clear.
I have no problem. I mean,
What
I
is-
am a
what
good
is-
person,
What is
but
one more
I
dude?
mean,
they're
You're a
working
good
for an
target,
evil
okay.
regime.
You're-
So
Look.
I'm chaotic good.
Half of your team you have approximately around 40% morality to your team. Look, and I know I can work on that 40% morality. So I'm sorry that Revia has 0 of that percentage.
3 of us are
what?
thirsty.
Me? I didn't even participate in this murder.
I know.
I wasn't even involved.
You're just
Hey,
you're
you're
just sitting
implicit
there
in this murder,
gleefully.
okay?
No, you're just sitting there gleefully watching.
Look,
No, I turn around and I see this. Or I
I
wasn't
made a
expecting
choice.
it.
I chose to try to slit his throat. The other choice was to force feed him acid.
That would have been so unnecessary.
I'm just gonna cast through a scroll.
Uh-huh.
A silent spell, so no one can hear his screams.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
So that way everyone's just wailing on him, and then I'm just gonna kind of walk towards the bottom of this stairs, before the door, to see if anyone's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Place the edge of the zone, which I think is 20 feet.
It's a big zone.
Yeah. So
A
hopefully,
20-foot radius, I
Yeah.
think.
yes, 20-foot radius. Yes. Centered on a creature. So I guess whoever is like the furthest from that door, I would target.
Kind of like in the middle of the stairs.
Well, you could do it area or creature.
Oh,
Might be
cool.
thinking of 5e.
Well, you can't do creature.
Centered on a creature, object, or point in
Oh.
space. So I'll do it as close to like the group, but like as far away from the door. So
Sure.
it's whole going outside.
He does get a wolf.
He does. He does.
I will roll this d20 and just see what I roll. What's your DC?
I believe it is like an 18. Hold on 1 second.
Is it from a scroll?
Yeah, but I made
Then
this
it-
one.
The scroll would be still minimum, even if you make it, unless there's special
Well, it's
abilities.
not minimum.
It-
It's level plus your casting mode.
It's level.
No. You have to be. There's feats and abilities that make it that it's more than the basic casting mode.
Okay.
Just because you
Are
make
you sure
it.
for custom made scrolls?
Yes, even custom made scrolls. That's why you never buy a scroll with a higher like level / casting mod, because it's always the minimum unless you like. You have to. You theoretically. I think for your ability score, it has to be something special for. For your caster level, you have to build it. You have to make it under your caster level, which is more expensive instead of the minimum caster level. Which you could do, but the ability score, that's usually minimum unless like there are things that cheat the system, which there are some abilities which honestly an Arcanist might have. I don't know if particularly Jacub is built for basically being a scroll Arcanist, but
I mean, now.
there are scroll builds for that.
Okay, so what would be the minimum?
Scroll build.
What level spell is it?
The second level spell.
Second level spell, so honestly, I think he makes it. Because
I think
honestly, it's a second level spell, and it would be minimum of 14
He's-
ability scores.
DC is it 10 plus my ability plus the spell?
Like the spell level, yeah.
So, well, my ability at the time was a plus 6. So
But again,
it's just 18.
you don't instill your ability score into a scroll normally, because that's like a scroll can never be as intelligent, charismatic, or wise as you.
That's
Yeah, that's a weird part of it.
Yeah, it's the unfortunate thing that like it is like a special ability that arcane casters can get when they're using one of those things. They can use their own ability score modifiers.
Yeah, scroll savant wizard, I guess, gets around that.
Yeah, is the main one I think of, but I think like even like some of the other ones have that too.
Alright,
so
yeah.
it's, no, sorry. So it's 10 plus.
It'd be 14. Would be the DC.
Yeah, it's gonna be 14.
Well, 14. He will make 14. Not that he can make much noise anyway. Something around his throat, which he's holding back barely from like slitting it. All right. What will he do other than make gargling noises? Huh. I have to think of this now. Let's see here. All right. So, you will see him take out, like he'll pull one of his hands out, reach into his pocket, and pull something out, and then just throw it, which will kind of break against the wall, but honestly, it will be silenced, so it won't make any noise, but it'll shatter something.
Yeah. Well, we know the room's upstairs, so I point out that I'm gonna start going up there.
Okay. Yeah, cool. What do you want to do?
Kill this man, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him.
Okay.
Finish him.
I figured you guys could handle the rest of this mess.
Comes
Hopefully.
back, even a worse mess. There's like 12 guys and a bunch of dead bodies.
Guy had a lot of.
Okay.
This guy taking a lot of hits.
I mean, the first hit kills him.
It's a Pathfinder NPC.
He's
It
like,
doesn't
yeah,
take a lot of levels to make an NPC actually be have pretty
I
beefy
have
hit
a
points.
bajillion HP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
NPC
critical
doesn't work.
drew him, like, that's why I asked if there was any extra damage, because honestly, if Joe had any way of adding extra damage, it probably would have dropped him.
Damn it, I did forget something I could have done. Oh well.
So
I also could have done bleed damage.
that would have dropped him on his turn, most likely. But no, the first hammer shot.
But no, I also could have spent a point of panache and did more damage.
Yeah. Honestly, that
Imagine
would
the
have
poor
dropped.
guys like trying to struggle and grasp the situation where like people were just stabbing him, he's being waylaid, and just
There's one more like crack into his chest as his chest caves in and he stops moving.
This is far from the worst thing we've ever done.
Anyway, there's the hallway splattered with blood all over the place. No noise. But
Anyone have prestidigitation?
Oh, the wizard.
that would take a while if you want to start working on cleaning that up.
Honestly,
Bro, let's just move. I'm already moving.
Yeah.
let's just move. We know where the rooms are.
Okay.
You know what room it's in, so fuck it. Let's just hit that room.
All right. You'll head upstairs and head to the office.
I'm gonna whisper to Jacub if he can make me invisible for a second.
Yeah, I will.
Myste
Be
is-
greater invisible.
We're going to Drevalia's office, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I would still like being invisible.
There is a hefty wooden door marked with her name on it, like a nameplate on there. It seems that this floor has offices for a number of admirals and such. None of them seem busy right now, at the very least. So it doesn't.
What is in the middle of the night?
Yes.
I would like to listen out for any guards on this.
Okay. Make me perception then.
Is it 37?
Yeah, you don't hear anything. The floor seems quiet.
Okay, so I would like. I need to look up this item fast. Because we know where, like, all the documents and, like, archives are stored, right? We were also informed of that.
That was the first floor.
It's the first.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm invisible. I would like to depart from the party.
Okay.
I have greater invisibility, right?
Yep.
How long does that last?
It's about
Rounds per
1
level.
round per level. I'm gonna spend a point to give it 0.5 extra, so about like 20.
So a couple of minutes you would have.
I
Well,
know
not
there's no point in me doing that. I won't get
It'll be 19 rounds.
that. Yeah. Okay, basically, I'll just here. On the top floor, I'm gonna go around and start pouring oil.
Okay. How much oil do you have on you?
Okay, I took a whole bunch of flasks.
If you say something, I have more oil too.
Flask is a pint.
I would request oil. It is all in the pack.
Yeah, I have another flask, so
I'll check the rope of useful items. There's a lantern in there that has a.
I'll hold off on this. I want to get to that document where that Myste was. That's where Myste wants the fire start because it's full of flammable objects.
Why don't we? Yeah, we'll take as much as we can and then we'll light it on fire.
Yeah.
So your plan is to go down to the documents room and light it there?
Yeah, that's where we're gonna do the fire after we've created this office.
Okay. All right. Still in front of the office door.
Alright, is it locked?
Yes.
Okay.
I can pick locks.
Become guidance.
Thank you.
I believe in you, lock picker.
I don't want to use the chime here. It would alert.
Yeah. $21
It's not
plus
sleight of hand,
this
it's
guidance
disabled
giving-
device.
Oh shoot, wrong one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
My brain's.
No,
Yeah.
it happens.
Well, I
Disabled
can
device
try.
sleight of
Yeah,
hand.
it's not as good, but I can try.
You have to be trained in it.
Are you trained?
Wait, so Momo, are you invisible? Sorry, my thing keeps stuttering and like will freeze. Are you invisible?
No, we didn't do that.
So, you attempt the lock, doesn't open.
Okay, do we care about noise?
I'm reading something.
We have the chime of opening.
Oh,
It'll make
wait.
noise though.
Is anyone carrying around that guy's body? He might have had keys on him.
I don't
No,
think we
you
carried the
left
box.
it in the hall.
He's
Hall.
upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Does Concubart have disabled device? He actually might.
Let me check his character sheet.
I
'cause-
need to look up size wolf.
Okay, what if I shrink the door again?
How?
Oh my god, yes.
Man, that's
With the
it's a better plan than I had, but I
the staff of alteration,
Yes.
size alteration.
He
Yep.
can't disable device. He didn't take that.
can.
There's no reason for him to.
How big is the gap at the bottom of the door?
It's pretty tight. It's a well-made door, so it's not like a huge gap. It's not like it's enough that it like closes, but it's like there's a gap, but it's not like something very easily can crawl.
I'm
under
gonna
it.
start running back to the body and see if there's any keys on it.
Okay.
I don't know if you can shrink this door because of the
Oh,
hinges.
yeah.
Could I shrink the lock, the little like lock, the little thing sticks into the door? Can I see that and shrink that little part so it's not like in the little
Let me
like.
just see something here. Let's check.
The reason why I don't think shrink item would work on a door is because since it's connected to hinges and hinges are connected to the wall, it's too much surface area.
I will ask, does it seem like something of tiny size could squeeze under this?
No, not tiny.
Okay.
Maybe not even diminutive. Maybe fine, like fly-sized.
Well,
Damn,
we
this
can
is
chime of
solid
opening
ass.
the door.
It's got that like
Yeah.
like really thin like thing under the
The
bottom.
chime
you
of
know.
opening's really loud. Is
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah, I think so. Well, so what we could do is we could set up a silent zone behind us, so it'd kind of like block the sound waves.
Is there a window near this door?
No. There are only some, basically, like, lanterns in here with, rather than oil, they've got ever-burning, like, flames in them. But they're, like, shaped rather than torches, like lanterns for, style. It looks like, because it's like an internal hallway, that all the windows are going to be on the outside kind of thing. And actually, like, as I said, like, there really wasn't a lot of windows on this upper floor.
I would like to examine the lock. How like quality does it look like? I don't know what kind of check.
Praise?
I technically have a praise.
No,
Oh,
no,
not as a
no.
class, but I can flip.
Yeah.
22.
It's a pretty good lock.
Pretty good luck. Okay. Alright.
Wait, we have a scroll of gaseous form.
In the meantime, I do want to talk with what Joe is going on, because you were heading down to check the body. All right, Joe. I need you to give me a perception check on the body just to look over it.
That's not a problem. Perception is good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, still.
All right.
37.
Certainly, yes. He does have a set of keys.
Alright.
They're unmarked, but they're a set of keys.
I am going to grab them and start running back.
Give me another perception check. There are footprints in the blood.
Oh, shit.
Honestly, it's just fine.
I'm still running back, because...
Are they
Yeah.
leading towards us?
Alright.
Or away
They're
from
going
us?
down.
We get the Horn of Fog. This is the time it comes up into these
I thought
guys.
someone was going to grab the body, so we didn't just leave it in the hall.
There's still all the blood, so there's really no point.
You did critical him and hit him with a big hammer. You
did
could have
it.
precipitated, but it would have taken like minutes to take care
Yep,
of.
flattered.
Yeah. You did heavy damaging attacks that are violent and like, you know.
Yeah. We're not subtle.
No, you did not subtly murder this man. Anyway. Alright, you can meet up with everybody else with a set of keys.
Yeah, and say, there's footprints in the blood going down the stairs.
I think maybe Misty will just jam her hand into the bag and pull out a scroll. I think we should use this time.
Well, only one person can get in, so we should try the keys first. Otherwise, no, you can't get out.
You can... Locks have an unlocking mechanism on the other side.
It depends on the type of lock.
Yeah, I mean, like, there are some blocks that block from one side. That deadbolts? No.
Deadbolts specifically do unlock from the other side.
A deadbolt
Yeah,
would unlock the
there-
other side, yes.
Theoretically, it could
There's
be a
like
lock that
slide
is
locks.
just only an outside key
Yeah.
opens the lock. Like, I assume it's what type of I assume we just don't know, right? You might go in there, you might not be able to. So it's best to not just assume we can.
I mean, maybe a focus.
Oh, he could go in, start doing stuff, and we could try
Yeah,
the key.
I agree that only Jacub can cast a scroll.
Yeah. I am gonna have to be invisible now.
Now, do you want all of us? Because I also have invisibility sphere. That lasts minutes per level.
Actually,
I guess.
I don't.
Yeah, but he can't. But if he wants to be invisible inside the office, that's not going to work.
I don't want to be invisible.
Oh, okay.
Basically, yes, Jacub can cast a gaseous form, but Jacub can choose who's going to be gaseous and going in there.
yeah, he could touch the per thing. Yeah. I was just tracking it.
Yeah.
So, are we gonna? Do you guys want me to cast a scroll, or are we gonna try the keys?
I'm starting to
Uh,
try the keys right away.
Okay,
Yeah.
no luck
Just
so
take a couple
far.
seconds to test them. Or how
Yeah,
many keys is there?
10.
That takes like I mean, it's like a half a minute.
I'm going to invisibly. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to the door with the stairs.
Okay.
We'll make you greater invisible.
I am going to pull out Tanglefoot bag,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to use it on the stairs.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Stairs are now covered in a glue. That will last for a
Okay.
little bit, at least.
I'm reading the other ones. I've been making them for the door.
Can't remember
I
how
mean,
long.
that's a smart idea. At least it might slow them down.
I'm then going to
Uh-huh.
stairs to Tanglefoot. At the platform above where the stairs are, I'm then going to place and use a Tangle Burn bag.
Okay.
And what that does is anything that walks in there has to make a DC 20 reflex save or be lit on fire.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm using this mainly because it may kill someone, but also it will certainly alert us that they are at the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most likely they'll start yelling.
There's a DC 20 reflex save, and a DC 25 save to extinguish themselves.
Okay. Alright.
And then I will return to the party.
Okay. None of the keys work.
Okay, I think we just use the chime of opening.
Just
Just,
fucking use the time. I pull out my
Yeah.
gun.
Mm-hmm.
I chime of opening it. It's a DC. I get to roll 1d20 plus 11 versus the disabled device DC. I think.
Let me see. Chime of opening.
Add an item or gate to be loosened or opened. The chime is then struck. Wielder can make a castle check against the binding.
Is equal to the
These are
symbol
the chimes,
divide the lock or binding. Castle check over. Oh, yeah.
well, the first time doesn't go. I'll
It
try
does not.
again.
No.
That's step 2. Probably doesn't work either.
No.
Step 3. 30. There we go.
That works because it was a DC 30 lock. It was a very nice lock.
Oh my god! It only succeeds on a 19 or 20. But we did it.
We're lucky that worked because I have learned I do not have utility shots, so I did not.
Well, we were just gonna start hammering the door, I think.
You could have broken it down. It would have still been very loud, but no, you got it open with 3 tries.
It would have taken longer than this, presumably.
It would have. All right, the door is open.
I go into the doorway and I just sit at the doorway with my musket aimed down the hall.
Sure.
And
It's a dark office in here. It seems to have some kind of desk.
Light.
Yeah. You've got light. It's got a desk, a chair behind the desk. It looks like a small area with like a 2 chairs and a small table between it, kind of pushed to the side, maybe for if guests or something, or chatting with someone, some kind of meetings. There isn't anything like strewn about the desk. The desk is in very well order. There is a small chest in the one corner.
With my I believe I'm still invisible. With my rifle aimed down the hallway, you will hear from where Myste might be. Work fast. In an undetermined amount of time, many people will burst through that doorway on fire.
So what are the folks doing?
Who's searching? I'm keeping watch. I'm aiming down at the hallway, keeping an ear out. Hello?
I don't know.
Joe might have froze.
I'm not a searcher, so that's
Joe might have lost power again.
I would
Oh
assume.
no, it's Joe for again.
Joe, Chester would begin looking nice.
Alright, I will.
I can roll a d20
Why are
and
we
see.
still
Anybody
out
know
of
his
whack in
bonuses?
position?
Yeah, who knows?
Oh, I know why. I know. Erik doesn't have a camera. I didn't move us around when I forgot about that. So I didn't. I just wasn't thinking. Why are we out of position today? Earlier. That's on me. Okay. I can roll a check for
perception checks.
Let me roll. If you want to do a perception check, that's fine. I'm going to roll one for Chester. Just a perception to search around.
I mean, I'm looking for specifically, like I'm looking for anything naval related, like ship related stuff.
Okay. So the desk is openable. There's a number of drawers and stuff. It seems that like one of the drawers seems to be some personal effects. One of the drawers seems to have a dagger and a pistol in there, and then 3 of the drawers have paperwork. Each one seems to have different paperwork in them. One of them seems to be, and they're all naval. It's Admiral's paperwork.
Let's take them all.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about like specifically we're looking for stuff related to the ship, right? Is that what we're looking for?
For invasion plans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking for the plans, not like just like.
Okay.
That's what I'm scanning for. I'm looking for things related to what we're looking for.
Yeah.
specifically.
I don't know what check you would have to make to look through military bureaucracy and find something like that.
I would say personally, professional
Intelligence?
sailing with a higher.
Yeah, I guess professional sailor with a
Yeah,
basically.
I'll take it.
It is not your kind of sailing, so
It's still naval.
It's
but
still naval.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
It's
I think
still
a 46.
I applied a pretty harsh
Yeah,
penalty to you, so I'm gonna
No,
say.
I got you.
So
Even a plus 20 to
Going
the
through the
DC,
desk-
hits a DC 40.
Yeah. going through the desk, and kind of with Chester pointing out like paperwork and stuff, you'll see that one of the drawers seems to be all about maintenance, supplies, things like that for maintaining a fleet. One of the drawers seems to be a number of... honestly, it's all about personnel. It's about, signing new sailors, transferring sailors, all that kind of stuff, personal requests, things like that, all of that. In the center drawer, there seems to be discussions of scheduling and current activities. There is a general bit of information here that seems to be not exact, though. A lot of the information in the kind of scheduling and stuff isn't seemingly like... It seems to be very kind of loose schedule, at least in here. This doesn't seem to be... This seems to be part of the paperwork you're looking for, but not really what you're looking for. This is sort of like the official on paper, here's the things we have to do these months kind of thing. So, at a unspecified time within... in about sometime 2 months from now, they'll be going on some kind of mission. The main fleet.
Yeah, but it's very vague.
It leaves an entire month with the way that it's kind of pointing this here. Unfortunately.
I think we'll need to go to the downstairs.
The chest is locked.
Break that shit open.
Fuck it. I'm gonna... Should we use the last time?
Okay, well, I think we should just break it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sure. Hammer go smash, buddy.
Okay. Yaalkol will be able to smash the thing open. The chest will break apart. Wood's flying all over the place, probably take maybe like 1 or 2 hits, because it's still a relatively tough, iron-banded chest. So even the mighty Yaalkol hammer can't destroy it in 1 hit.
Do you want me to take a perception around the room, see if there's anything?
I rolled a 37 for you.
Ah, okay.
You would have found it.
Yeah.
AKA.
Got it. Sorry, power drop. So.
Yes, we
You're
figured
good.
that's what happened.
I know your pain, brother. Trust me.
All kinds of papers and materials will kind of scatter about. You don't see anything invisible, Myste. I'll let you know if you see something.
I'm going to start going through the paper quickly and see if I see anything that is... Actually, I'm just going to grab everything and just go, let's go.
Well, we examined the documents. We haven't found anything that's actually been useful.
Okay, well, if you wanted to... I didn't know if you wanted to take time or just run.
I think it'll be in the archives.
Yeah, we had to... We can't just grab stuff and run because we might not get it.
Okay.
So,
I'll start organizing it then out on the desk.
Chester, can I give you the goggles of treasure finding? And can you see if you can find secret doors?
Well, I have my...
Is that a spell you can cast from it? Why don't you just cast it?
Yeah. Yeah, you can cast it once per day. Or
do you
3 times per day.
do you have to attune with them?
There's no attunement in Pathfinder.
Oh, that's right.
You can wear them.
Well, there
can
is things equivalent to it, but
Yeah.
it's rare. Yeah.
I
Those
guess
are like
I'd have to-
legendary items.
I guess I'd have to take out my...
Do you say this out loud, Jacob?
Mm-hmm.
You see touches our amulet and cast the test.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I'd have to take out my contact lenses.
All right. So,
Secret doors, compartment, caches, and silver.
there will be none in this room. I will tell you.
What was in the chest?
There are none here.
In the chest. I'm sorry. I full screened this book because I was looking at for some information that you were getting here. Anyway. So there seems to be a number of official documents in here. More of them that were specifically locked in here. There did look to be some other things in here, like it looked like a cache of emergency potions. They're all shattered.
Yeah, who cares?
there is a scroll here that does seem to be some kind of magical scroll also. So, looking through these paperworks very quickly, you can see this is a number of more, honestly, secretive documents. The first off seems to be a series of letters in exchange between Azylia Throne and Druvalia. And they're dealing with funding an expedition to the Shackles. In particular, a call for the severed head of Bonefist to be kind of displayed at the Arches of Eredin.
It's a bit excessive.
No, but we want excessive because now we have the evidence we need to convince him that it's actually happening. Like it's put in a bag of holding.
So, the other thing seems is there does seem to be discussion about a deal with a character named Garyon. The letter details that Garyon's blessing will allow them to travel through the Eye of Abendigo, along with a detachment of infernal assistants.
Okay, so that proves that they had the help of the devil that we kind of already knew.
Yeah, but
we
now
have to bag that
altered,
information
right?
too.
More proof. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
well, now we have
don't have his
documentation.
name. Like, did we have his name before? Because now we have his name.
No,
Well,
you did not have this name before.
I would be surprised if they wrote down the devil's actual name, because don't those have power to other to outsiders?
Yeah.
Like,
yes and
names
no. Like
means their name. For
You could
Colin.
summon him specifically with his name and then bind him.
Depends how powerfully is that would work.
Knowledge Planes someone can roll if you mention that name.
Ooh, I would definitely.
Yeah,
do
I'm
that.
guessing it's not his real name.
I can only do religion.
Garyon is an archdevil, so the name would be known.
Okay, yeah. He's someone that you can't do that to.
Yeah.
He's
not
too
normal.
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Archdevils
That makes sense.
are basically rulers of hell, so it's a very
like demon
powerful.
lords.
Yeah, they're very, very powerful individual.
Okay. Would that planes check also tell me that yeah they're powerful, but would I know which other archdevils kind of hate that one?
I don't think it really does anything good though. They're devils against us anyway, right?
I don't know. I mean, like we can, if it ever comes in handy, we can always pit his enemies against him. Check it out. This guy's doing things you can't do things. Like,
You know, I admire your
I advise against any deals with devils.
sentimentality of that.
You've already made a deal
I'm
with
diplomatically immune, bro. It's fine.
it. What does that
Well,
even
we're
mean?
not.
Don't know.
Look, I don't understand this immunity. I'm gonna just say, let's not make deals with deific-like beings.
Okay, so other things is within this paperwork seems to be a copy of information about the Shackles, and it is incredibly detailed information about the general patrol of a massive amount of the most important pirates throughout the region.
Spicy.
The areas that they hunt in, the kind of time periods they leave, things like that. This kind of information would be very helpful to anybody basically invading the Shackles. It's, here's how everybody acts on their own.
I'm curious. What does it say about Yaalkol specifically?
Not a lot, because Yaalkol's a newcomer.
Very new, and we did kind of deal with the spy ring.
And your island's honestly in, like, the boondocks.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're not insignificant though. All right,
Our
we're very
island is very important if they were attacking from the standard direction.
Yeah. Which would be going around the eye.
That's
So-
what I guess I could do. right?
This
You
kind
wanna
of
go
this kind of
upstairs, or
information
we
would
just
make
go
it very easy to travel into the shackles and invade everywhere. And basically, it not only does it give you information on the shackles like that, it gives you like major navigation things. So heading into a lot of these areas and any kind of secrets of natural defenses, most of them are gone for like major ports and stuff.
Do we want to go downstairs now? Down a different staircase.
Well, we have the info we need.
Can we burn this whole office and then?
You want to just dip? You want to like just set some fires and leave and not risk potentially actual
think
dangerous foes coming?
I think you wanted to burn the archives downstairs.
That would disrupt a lot of things.
Yeah, we can't just, be prepared for actually dangerous foes.
If not, it's fine. I would start leading Alchemist fires.
I'm cool with it.
I mean, we could always.
I mean, we have a get out of jail free card.
We have teleport.
There's
Yeah.
several. that
Yeah,
go.
well, someone could theoretically counterspell the
It's unlikely that they would get that
Yeah.
kind of help this quickly.
No, I don't disagree, but I'm just, I'm the
Playing devil's
always pointing out
advocate?
that there is a
They
potential
only,
problem.
they only know that a man has been murdered. They don't know how powerful the people are.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I'm
can
good
I
with
cast
running
Evil
downstairs.
Really, really fast.
We have it up already.
We could also
you?
just become
Misty has it up, so we don't actually worry about that.
I was wondering if no one's like sneaking up on us. It's just like
Yeah, let's move then. Let's do it quick.
So you're heading down the stairs. There is only one main staircase here.
Shit.
As much as the building is a decent sized building, it's not that big. It's like there's technically a floor above that you don't know anything about, and there was kind of like a rooftop area too. If you did want to go up, you could. But you don't know anything about the fourth floor, and the kind of rooftop precipice, you don't really know anything about that. You didn't really know what was on the second floor either. You just knew Admiral's office on the third floor and, archives on the first. Admiral's office and some meeting rooms on this floor.
Should not go down this way. They will,
And I will tell you, it was the back of the building where the staircase was, basically.
Okay. Are we good just going down still?
well, they're trapped here.
I mean, do you want to just set this place on fire and not risk anything?
Yeah.
I feel like,
One,
It
two.
just become gas.
Third.
I mean, only one of us can become gas, so
Yeah,
it's not particularly useful.
I can technically get through because I can Raven's Flight down, but the rest of you don't have a move.
I mean, I could just honestly, I have enough. I can get around it. But
I can fight my way through. I don't care.
You can fight it with you. Like, what's the worst that can happen?
A lot,
we
but,
can each 20 reflex save or catch on fire.
Fight.
all right,
Is there no other staircase?
No.
No.
In case of emergencies, there's only one staircase.
No, this place is a fire hazard, which is why we're burning.
It's a stone building on a dock area. It's not that much of a fire hazard. It's a little bit, but, it doesn't burn very well. I will tell you. It can burn,
I will.
but not great.
Look, all right, I cast communal resist energy fire on us, and we can just go.
Also, I gotta be honestly, bureaucracy probably wouldn't really care about fire hazards, too.
Not here.
This is Telex, bro. Do you think they
I don't-
actually care?
I don't think
about
most
safety
places care about fire hazard as a concept anyway.
I bet you the one place that has the money pope does, because fire burns money.
That's true.
Anyway.
Money Pope would
Well-
have fire hazard problems. That's true.
Anyway, we have 30 resist energy for fire. I think we can get around the trap and not worry about it.
Mhm.
You can just check the whole place on fire now.
We all agree on that?
That's fine.
Okay. So I cast a spell. We resist fire.
Okay.
You can
So you're heading
staircase.
downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. So as I had kind of described, there's the central, the core of the building is like a room, and then it kind of has hallways kind of surrounding that with, rooms and offices all around it. So it's kind of like almost two concentric circles, Give give me perception checks as you're getting to the bottom floor and the door's the bottom floor.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll this check, and it's gonna be unnecessary because
Nice.
I rolled a 3.
Nice.
Jesus Christ!
Someone has to
I rolled a 19.
Hog champers.
As we go down, I throw another Tangle Burn bag on me.
Okay. Okay. So, Chester, you will hear... Ready!
Guys, they're preparing to fire.
Prepare yourselves.
Oh, I mean,
The enemy
Are we
is
gonna
strong,
kill them? We're gonna kill them all, or are we just gonna?
but our infernal assistants our infernal allies will destroy them. Once they arrive, your fires will tear through their bodies, and then their blades will rip them apart. Enemies of Cheliax will fall. Steady, men.
God, I could try something, but it
I
is
mean-
very stupid.
If they're all clustered together, I could finally do something cool with my ring.
Do we want to fight this?
I don't know what they have.
Well, let's go back up. We can cast some spells above.
We can cast around the door. We can cast both spells here.
Yeah,
They're
well,
waiting
they
for us
can
to come out, I think.
Yeah.
just wait a couple seconds, guys. We're gonna buff ourselves.
Yeah, give us a minute. They didn't
All
know
right.
coming.
I drop my disguise so they can see exactly who
We're
they're
gonna do
Right.
it. All right.
Okay.
Oh, cast haste.
Okay. Wait. Let me take the door. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I got this spell, so
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
be
cool.
fine.
You, my good friend.
Chances is like, what is happening? I've lost
No, I'm like, this is like, you're like making this much more longer than it's going to be, basically.
We're being prepared.
I blessed the party.
Okay. Look,
So we got
okay.
haste and
I'm gonna
bless
tell
on
you.
us.
Okay. Let's inform you kind of what's going on. Okay. To either side of the hall, there are volleys of muskets pointed towards you. Like 2
Yeah.
rows of muskets. That's the first thing you have to deal with.
Not
Okay.
worried about it.
Plus, about 24 bearded devils.
Well, I
Do
think we
you
open
want
the
to fight
door.
this all?
I think what happens is we
Oh,
buff, we open the door, we see that, and we just teleport out.
Yeah. All right, we just leave.
If you open the door, they're gonna shoot a lot of bullets, and I don't want to roll that.
All right, fine. I just
I
throw
mean-
alchemist fire at the staircase and we leave.
Yeah, like that's the
Well,
only
I mean,
thing
I
is
don't
like it's unnecessary buffing is what I'm saying. Like it's like
Yeah.
the thing is
Well,
they
theoretically, you shoot us. You're not gonna kill anyone.
oh they're not gonna kill you. You could probably take them all for now. More reinforcements might come by the end.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
So it-
clusterfuck, is what I'm trying to
We're
say.
all we're all in agreement. We're just saying we
Yeah.
probably open the door, get shot, and then leave.
Okay,
It's like
that,
narratively
that,
what happens.
but I'm saying we can do that kind of like,
Yeah.
we don't have to roll it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We're in agreement here. We're
Yeah,
all
yeah.
Gucci.
I feel like what Misty will do is you open the door, you duck out. Misty will then like open the door and quickly just fucking yeet a bag full of a shitload of alchemical things into the hallway.
Okay.
I'm talking grenades, alchemist fire, oil. This building and anything in it is getting burned.
Okay.
And then we teleport to the
Where are you
city.
teleporting to? Okay.
Good
Now,
island.
Did
the south.
anyone
I
tell
think we can reach
Jacub where to teleport you to?
Probably.
Yeah, the plan was to teleport to. I need the map of Glorium because I don't know it.
I don't know where we were actually going to go.
So, our ship is left at in Rahadam, the capital of that place, is where our ship's at.
No, you didn't take your ship. You took.
take our shit.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
where our planned exit went
Yeah.
because it's within teleport distance and yada yada.
True.
Whatever the capital of that place was, I don't know what it is. How far can you teleport?
Word recall. I don't remember
Oh, you have that. Oh yeah, we're good.
Oh, you're using the cleric spell. Okay.
Yeah, I remember specifically made
Aziri.
goal
Azir.
while we were grabbing the
I assume you made the sanctuary our boat.
I
You know that you can't make a boat as static location.
well, yeah, I also not do that because we can just like it could be moving while we teleport there and we just hold the water. I guess.
I guess yeah, you're like you're loud.
Yeah.
It's up to your sanctuary, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly fine to word of recall back where you came from.
Yep. So we're back home
You are back home.
with the evidence we need to prove this invasion's happening.
Yes. All right, cool. Let's take our break here. We're about at that time. With you teleporting back home.
Yay.
Anyway, snack, drink, bathroom break. Go ahead and give those wood back in a little bit.
Huzzah.
This button here, and this button here, and that's the button here to have a say. Hi, welcome back, everybody. I still haven't changed our order because I'm honestly lazy and I didn't do it earlier, so whatever, we're in new locations. For today. Whenever.
There.
Maybe it'll be back to normal next week, or I'll remember to change this around, like, if Eric's not going to have a camera. One of those things will occur. Anyway. So, you're back in Jacob's lab.
I pat Jacob on the back for a job.
Mm-hmm.
You guys walked by and there's like what looks like it's just a shorter version of me toiling away somewhere.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, welcome to my humble abode. Sorry for the
I'm
mess.
just going to assume, because, you know, you probably did open the doors, the one person that's probably riddled with bullet wounds is Yaalkol.
Probably.
I feel like Yaakul's touch
I'm pretty
AC
fine.
would be no.
Who doesn't have a touch AC?
Let's see. Let's take a little look here. 11.
They can only miss you on an outlet.
But
Well, no, no,
you guys
no.
had this
Depends on
place
their
on
attack
you too, didn't you?
At this point, I think most of them probably had decent enough attack.
I mean,
Because they kind of needed to survive.
If they plus 5 or 6, it's still like, 20% chance of missing.
yeah.
So I will give Jacob a big pat on the back.
And knocks some of the lead out of his body.
Yeah, Cole can keep all that lead inside of him.
It's good for him. It's hard nosed.
He needs. If he gets shot enough, it'll build up a resistance eventually.
I don't think that's how it
I haven't
works.
done a whole lot of medical studies, but I think it works something like that. And none of you can be certain it doesn't work like that for me, because none of you know how my physiology works.
You are a freak, yes. We've established this.
I don't know, if I put it that way, that's a little hurtful.
If you're always willing, you can always come by. I'm sure we can figure something out. I would be interested to see what your names say.
Are you hitting on me?
I thought so
You guys
too!
I'm gonna go upstairs and leave you guys to
I'm not interested, not like because there's anything wrong with you, but just like
Sense
I think there's like a professional.
Is there any tension?
There's a
There's
little
some
bit of
unreleased
like,
sexual
like lustful interest, but mostly just for his body.
He knows my body don't quit.
Look, I'm gonna put this paper bag on your head. I'm only interested in your body.
Just don't speak, and it'll work.
No, just watch it. Oh, sorry.
Little splash Buffalo Bill in there too. Like,
God.
Put the lotion on your skin or else you get the hose
Oh,
again.
Jesus.
Oh God.
I took the Kalen.
He's building a Yaalkol suit.
Ooh. I don't know about all this, guys.
I feel all scaly deep inside.
Oh God.
This guy carries a lot of baggage.
Those are my scales. Stay away.
We're just gonna polish them.
Dude, yikes.
I don't know if I like that. You gotta give them back, and I don't like because give them back suggests that you take them away.
Okay. You randomly show up after like 2 months away upstairs.
Jacob,
Yeah, and we just walk
Before we go up,
to flirt, right?
Jacob, I have a request.
What's up?
Can you make me a scroll of Why was ascending? Can you make me a scroll ascending?
Yeah, sure. We gave him like 4 hours, I guess.
Yeah, just at some point.
Absolutely. Now I will look at you and I'll pull out a piece of paper and a quill, a parchment. Do you want any specific font or language?
Wait, do you like get to choose that when you write? I thought it's like in the language of magic.
Yes, it's in the language of magic.
Whatever makes the spell work.
I like open up like the bag and like looking at the scrolls and they're all the
Or
same.
you could choose different fonts, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess you
I
could.
specifically would like it in Comic Sans.
No, that's evil.
The most readable font.
Windings.
the most readable font.
All I have is Arial 12.
Damn, you didn't. Damn, you got less fonts than fucking Microsoft Word.
I just asked out of like, professional courtesy.
I want Comic Sans, but every other letter is a different color. Can you do that?
Yeah,
Every letter a different font, actually.
Every letter a different font.
Looks like
Well,
a
it's
serial
all- I
killer's
mean, it
ransom
is-
note.
He is doing it by hand, so
Can you include a drawing of a tiny knight fighting a giant snail?
Do I have linguistics? Let's see. I don't. I don't have linguistics.
Well-
Sorry, I can't do
Misty
that.
will then go upstairs.
Ah.
But the nerd gets to work in his nerd dungeon.
We go upstairs and we start a celebration feast for our success.
I go
What was
find
that
my
comment
husband.
about, like, the
Mhm.
condo means just walking around?
Ambrose would be like, "Why did you get back? I
About
certainly.
5
They're
minutes
like-
ago.
Yeah, about a minute
I didn't
ago.
see any ships come into the harbor."
He
Magic.
points to Jacub, that guy.
Stop.
Teleportation.
Oh,
It's,
He's some kind of
the
weirdo.
travel magic. Yes, I've heard rumors
Yeah.
of people using it. Never thought
Monkey work.
I didn't know the scrawny wizard man could use it.
I bet if you needed anything from Port Peril, I bet Jacob could teleport there and back with anything you needed.
That feels like a bit expensive shit.
Huh. I mean, isn't it? Wait, does it cost anything?
I have no idea. Misty doesn't know how arcane.
Yeah, Revia doesn't know either, so she's asking Jacob.
I
I
guess.
think you just need an ivory statue if I remember correctly. Jerry had.
Wow.
So, it's a 5K ivory statue. It's really nice. I made it myself. It's actually really bad.
You should have got.
It kind of looks like you.
You should have got Jack to me.
Who's Jack?
Ah, true. He wasn't there for Jack, so he doesn't even know. He's a scrimshaw dude that
does
works at the bat shop.
Oh, God.
Misty will pull
He was
out
like-
a rifle that she never uses, and there's a nice ivory inlay in the stock.
Well, that's gorgeous. I spent like 4 days working on this thing, and the trunk
It
will fall
only
out.
took like 2 days to work on this one.
What? I hate this place.
He's very good. He's well worth the price.
Yeah, I hope so. I hate this place. I'm gonna go back and hang out with myself.
Well, if you want food,
He
Jacob,
does
we're-
have a weird miniature him
That
downstairs.
sounds incredibly sad. Please lock the door.
I'm
Jacob.
hanging out with myself.
We're having a feast, Jacob. If you want to come up.
Actually, I don't. Do I need to eat stuff? I do need to eat. Yeah, you know what? I'll
You're
join
not,
you
you're
guys.
not a lich yet.
Okay, first of all, I would never become a lich. That's disgusting. Okay. Gross.
I don't know, dude.
feel
You
like-
probably transmute yourself
I
into
feel
a
like
dragon.
it's the fate of all wizards to just eventually become a lich. Let's be real.
Only
I get-
evil wizard.
No, I could become a dragon right now. I
Don't
honestly-
please don't inside of the building.
No, I get stuck in this hall. No, it's not gonna work out for anybody.
If you're gonna do that, please do it outside. I feel like we have a rule of no transforming anything inside of the hall after the party.
Why don't you do it in my room? I have a giant like cave inlet thing somewhere with a
You
weird
do have a cave.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Never-
fine.
never
If I get stuck in there, that's why I made my duplicate, because I've gotten stuck in there. So, to come help me out until I can leave.
Yeah,
We spend the day
psychopath.
relaxing, and
I don't think
Unless
any of you
anything
I get
else.
a-
we will likely in the morning depart for Port Peril to report on our findings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, should we let your sister, Misty's sister, know that we're not coming back?
Oh, she already knew. Misty made sure to detail the whole plan in letter form.
Also, I'm broke now, so if we ever get a chance to go like Port Barrow, I have a bunch of scrolls to sell. That'd be great.
I'm awful. I don't really
Can I need money to do things?
need. You do need.
Windows Defender, why did you just give me I just checked your stuff?
Is that?
Oh, probably people on stream heard the loud, Windows Defender of I just scanned all your files and didn't find anything.
Yeah, it does that sometimes. It likes to give you a jump scare.
I know, I was like, wait a second, what's going on?
Those defenders like the clippy of
Hey, you're partying, husbanding,
looking down. I'm gonna go
selfing,
hang out with my husband and my friends.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hang out with my work friends today. I'm gonna hang out with my actual friends.
Mhm.
Hey.
This is why I hang out by
I'm
myself.
surprised you even call us work friends.
I feel like after a year of being stuck with you, Misty's come to like most of you.
It's fair.
At least that's why I hate it.
It's just such a wizard move to be down in a basement during a party with a statue.
Okay,
I love it.
it's
That's
a
my
fully
wizard
functional
fantasy.
person,
Okay?
It's not.
No, dude, I'm not making fun of it, dude.
Dude,
That's
you're
my
so-
wizard fantasy.
He's so
Unironically.
antisocial.
I love that wizard fantasy because you just want to be the nerdiest nerd of nerds, but be really good at it.
It's the best part about it. It's just like what I always wished I was when I was in high school playing World of Warcraft, but I wasn't. So.
Yeah, you couldn't actually cast spells. Yeah, sure. That's a bit of a problem there, I think.
Start telling people you can cast spells, and all of a sudden you go to prison or something.
I think you're actually gonna get a therapist. Okay.
Yeah. Right to the lobotomy.
Anyway, I think we part in the morning.
Yeah,
Unless
head
anything
to
comes up.
Port Peril.
Yeah.
I don't need to do anything at this island. My people kind of travel with me.
Yeah. So certainly you can get the old gang back together and head for Port Peril. It is a very easy, well-traveled trip that you are completely familiar with. And
Yeah,
you
Revia
will
feels great.
successfully arrive at Port Peril.
I did. I can't even ask because I don't remember.
It's I think I said
We-
half
we have a
of
quick ship.
Your ship is pretty quick so it's a little bit more than it's 4 or 5 days I think for you to get to Port Peril, something like maybe let's say 5 days.
It's
Because
like 140 miles.
you're still a distance away, and even on a quick ship, it's still sailing. It's
Yeah. We're just not dependent on winds, basically what it is, which is
How
good.
long does it take you to craft that?
Oh, it takes them a couple hours.
The 4th level spell, which
I don't know how. I've never played a wizard in Pathfinder.
we did one 8-hour day.
Yeah.
So,
it's very high level scrolls you get to when it becomes more than a day to work on. So
Level 5 scrolls where it gets difficult, I believe.
yeah, it's 5 or 6 that you start taking more than one day.
yeah, so I'll make it to once we finish dinner and stuff. I'll open my bag. I'm probably stayed up for a couple hours and messed around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So it is one level higher than I can have. So how does that work?
Is it on your spell list?
It is on my spell.
You need a caster level check then.
Okay.
Yep. Just
How
start
do I-
roll low and
How do I roll one of those?
On the spell casting, there should be a caster level thing. It's the same thing you click to do spellcraft.
It's your-
A D20 plus 2.
caster levels.
your Inquisitor level.
This one. That's 15. I don't know DC is.
That
I'm
might
checking right
be,
now.
So
thank
it's
you.
minimum cast level, so it's 4th level spell.
Enter items, scrolls.
I don't use scrolls in Pathfinder for some reason.
Scrolls
Never-
are really good.
I just never use. I forget I have.
It's this weird thing that, honestly, they have a lot of uses, and
It
it's
is.
just
It's like when you're playing Final Fantasy.
What's your wisdom
exactly
score?
Final Fantasy.
wisdom score? Is
What's your wisdom score?
18.
So minimum
Oh, wait.
ability score for it.
he can't make the scroll divine, so you actually, I don't think you're gonna be able to cast it without a UMD check. Yeah, it's not a divine spell.
Oh, he can't. Well,
because he's an arcane. He's an arcane scriber.
Yeah.
Oh, is that how that works? All the divine spells in language
Yeah, traditionally, you wouldn't make it a divine version of it. Yeah.
Alright, I guess we'll just buy one.
Actually, I think yes, you might have to do it that way.
He can only make arcane scrolls unless he knows divine spells, right? That's how that works.
Yeah.
That's that fun thing about there's divine and arcane casters, but
Yeah.
even though we all know sending, right? Only if it's a divine spell could you cast it.
Yeah, I always keep
That
forgetting
is
because it doesn't come up a lot. I keep forgetting that the arcane divine does matter. It's like the on class list have the ability score. Those are always the ones I remember. It has to be arcane or divine. Yeah,
Because usually if it's on your list, it's arcane or divine. You know,
I guess they'll find a cleric in Port Peril.
I mean, Revia could cast a spell while I'm creating the thing. That's part of the rules. I can't have someone else cast a spell for me.
Yeah, but I don't think you can scribe a divine spell.
Technically speaking, you could, but it would require a check.
I mean, I could help with them.
I think if you're helping with it,
I,
you might be able to do it because that's making magic.
Yeah, well, because if he's scribing my spell, wait, I don't think that's how that works. I don't think you can help scribing scrolls.
It should be under the same magic item creations of getting a
You can, because me and Nat did
You
it.
can?
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. That's a weird case. So you can scribe
if
my
you need
spells?
another character supply one of the magic items requirements, if you're a wizard creating an item with a divine spell, both you and the other character must be present the entire duration of the crafting process if the GM is using downtime. So yeah, you are supplying the divine spell, he's crafting the thing, and that does actually work like that.
Watch me for like 7 hours and 55 minutes.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I can provide the spell, or
Yeah.
Sandra can.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Doesn't really make a difference.
I mean, someone that can do it, and I can just craft this.
It will probably be like a day or two later then, rather than it would like probably
Yeah.
like it'd be a little later, probably while sailing. I assume that like the first day of sailing would get it done.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I actually need to be steering the ship 99% of the time. Only when it gets scary is when I still steer the ship.
Yeah.
Steering a ship is quite easy. Fun fact.
Is it?
And your ship has a lot of magical enhancements that make it a lot easier to do stuff.
Yeah, in real life, holding a ship steady is the easiest job on the ship. It's when like there's a storm or combat or like a tight space is when you want someone actually particularly good at steering the ship.
Yeah.
And captaining as well in general,
So
which is part of it.
It will be a little longer, but you have your divine sending scroll then. So congratulations, you figured it out.
Right.
Oh, and then I'm sorry, the cast level. Check the casting. I fucking forgot this.
50. I don't know if that. I don't.
I can check that now.
I don't cast skills very often.
Yeah.
It's
Apparently you-
DC scrolls caster level plus 1.
It's a level. Sending is a level 4 spell.
Yeah,
on
so
divine
that's
spell
1,
list.
3, 5, 7. So it's DC 8. Traditionally for level 4 spell. Yeah, it's
You make it.
Okay. Why? these rolls are a little silly.
I mean, it makes a difference for like 9th
does.
level spells because a 9th level spell would be DC 18. You know, so
Strange,
casting that is a big thing. Casting that because you don't get that high level spells, but you get a lot of caster level. It makes it easier for you. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you gotta also remember part of it is that this is specifically the rules for if it's on your list, you meet the prerequisite, and it's right. So like it gets harder if it's not on your list and stuff like that.
That's a little
Yeah.
one.
There's just Pathfinder. It's a game.
Pathfinder is old. Anyways, so at some point I will go into. I assume I have quarters on this ship.
Sure.
I will remove my amulet, so the person who I'm doing this to can identify who it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Sending to Ladin, who is the one hunting.
The one hunting you.
Yes.
Okay.
Defending is 24 or 25?
Mm-hmm.
It's 25 words.
25.
There you go. That's
Thank
the
you.
description.
Why do you kindly? Well,
It takes
that's
10
all.
minutes.
Just my fan fell over. Give me one moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
The rest
sorry.
of us. Oh. I was gonna fill in. I was gonna fill in the dead space.
Dead face. I love that. Anyways.
Too horrible.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, to Latin specifically, I'm going to say these following words. You are chasing a ghost. The ghost wants to know why. It's been a very long time. Why not just give up? And that's what she's going to say.
I have to think of a way that Latin will respond. That's a good
On the spot, DM.
Yeah, I know.
Kicking the hornet's nest. I've decided it's time. I've already burnt down the Department of Naval Intelligence. Might as well kick it some more.
Like, you're already late. It's like the same mindset of saying like you're already late, might as well be even more late. You know, it's fine.
All right. The response will be, I have my reasons, and the dead can still suffer.
Not wrong on that.
Alright, I guess that's the conversation. Hamlet is off as well, so he can identify with me, and he can try on me if he wants, because Misty wants him to know what she is doing. That's fact. I don't have any more sentences.
Yeah. It does leave the conversation quite cut off.
He can send me again if he wants.
I don't know if he's going to right now, at least.
I won't get that spell until 15th level when the game is over.
Yeah. It's a little far.
There's the downside of only being Inquisitor level 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sacrifice that for cast gun. So
The gun has been far more effective than any Inquisitor spell will ever be.
Now just make a gun that shoots guns.
I mean, I probably could. but
You
should
are
I?
not going to get any more responses for now. I will let you know if you get one. I have to think a little bit about what course of action is going to be taken right now. I had some ideas about what's going on. I just have to...
I can't wait until he gets the fucking music box I left for him. That'll be great.
Anyway, you'll arrive in Port Peril. City's a bustling metropolis as it ever was. To be expected. What's your plan?
I think we're gonna go to the
Council, I guess.
council. We're kind of,
Well,
I think.
the one man. The council's not there right now.
Yeah, there's just...
Yeah. Well, he will summon the council though with the information.
Should we tell Tessa first? Well, maybe we should find out if Tessa's in town. And inform her as well.
Tessa's not in town right now.
Then I think we just go. I think.
Yeah.
I think we just roll up.
You're just gonna kind of strong on your
I
way?
mean, we request an audience
Okay,
first.
so send a request for an audience. You'll get an acceptance much later in the day for the next morning to arrive.
That's fine.
So, you'll be once again brought to Lucrehold, as you have many times before. and escorted into Bonefist's chamber, where he's currently seated at the head of a table and having a morning meal with a bunch of individuals. And, people from his crew. And he's kind of eating there. He's going to kind of like look up towards you and be like, "And here I thought you were dead."
We've been busy.
Wait, why do you think we were dead?
Because we were gone for 2 months.
You claimed a bunch of stuff and went off to go find information. Didn't come back for 2 months. Sounds like you got yourselves killed.
Nope, we're fine.
Quite the opposite, and their naval office was burned to the ground.
You really think we would die going to Helix?
I assumed at least one of you was going to
No.
Have you seen our captain? We wouldn't have died.
We're expert spies.
that. I assumed it was
Very discreet.
going. Anyways,
We have the documents that prove that they're gonna invade. And that they have help of a devil, archdevil, across the eye.
they also have all of our ship movements. And normal
Pull out.
business.
Slap down the papers on the table.
He's gonna kind of like look through some things, kind of like look over you, kind of look through some things. I don't even need a sense motive check. Like, he's like looking over this stuff, and you just feel there's this kind of a little bit of gloss over of like, what the hell did you bring him? You know?
I think you might be too stupid to understand. None of you.
It's
And
entirely
as you
possible.
promised, with this evidence, you would call the council to meet. That was a deal we made.
I said if you provided the proper evidence, I'd call for the council.
Have you not read it?
I've seen enough.
So, I guess we shall prepare for a council meeting.
Yes. Under the normal schedule.
With that next meeting.
Oh.
So you don't find this proof convincing?
It's proof of Cheliax's foolishness.
Do not underestimate them. I know what that is.
Look. Alright, maybe they found a way to slip some ships through the eye.
With the aid of an archdevil. You know what that is, correct?
Powerful one of their infernal allies, I assume.
Seen the new weapon. They're getting powder from the Alkenstar. Or exploded Alkenstar that they're getting the powder and guns from.
Got plenty of powder and stuff coming in from Alkenstar here in the Shackles. Pirate gold is just as good as Chilaxian gold. Granted, we have to sail south, but still. Look, I'm not saying that Cheliax isn't planning something. And even if they found some kind of route, I don't think they're going to have a fleet of any size that's going to truly be a threat to the Shackles. The only way they'd be able to move that is to, honestly, go around the eye like they do every time. And then we notice them, and then we're ready for them. And we don't have to do a lot. If you're so concerned about them amassing a fleet and sending it in, we'll see it coming. We'll have plenty of time to act.
I feel like this is foolhardy to
You
just
would
expect
assume
that we'll see
yourself,
it.
because you believe the status quo will not change. And that is correct. I believe we are done. There will be no changing your mind, it's obvious. I miss you, Myste.
Never knew a pirate so afraid to act as I start leaving.
Misty, you can... I want you to roll a sense motive because, you know, you're pretty good at this as an Inquisitor, and I think you're the only one that honestly would pick up on this very well. In a lot of his words addressed towards you and the group, your group, there is just a little bit of contempt deep in the words.
Yeah, he's the pathetic loser. Well,
He doesn't like you, it seems.
He's an asshole.
yeah,
Like,
he made a deal, and he's not fulfilling it.
And it's like maybe it's not even like a major like I hate you outright, but maybe like there's just you feel as though maybe like it would be hard to convince him because preconceived notions or something, or like just a little bit of like that thing that's he might not even see it kind of thing, you know, like that kind of dislike kind of thing.
Is it that he like is so arrogant and pompous that he believes himself like not untouchable? He's like, yeah, no one's gonna get me out for these guys. I know what I know.
Bone Fist is never quite that arrogant, you know. He does feel secure from your experience with him. He does feel secure in his power base, but he does act when he sees things that are like that. It could just be a combination of arrogance from previous things that have happened with Cheliax, combined with a slight kind of like general dislike he has for your group for whatever reason, combined with, you know, honestly, like, there could be something else there too, but it feels like those two major beats are like what's keeping him. It's like he's like, okay, cool, they're going to attack, we'll counter them, or they'll send like a small group in through the eye, you know, like.
I mean, he's underestimating an archdevil, and at that point, I think that's just
that could be another thing too.
Willful ignorance.
Yeah, Myste has left at this point.
Like,
yeah, Myste left.
I think. Yeah, I left. You know, I insulted him.
Oh yeah.
So.
I just turned around. There's no talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
The plan is now, I guess we meet back up. Well, I guess we should start contacting every window to make actual plans and preparations.
We should begin with Myste and Aeronax.
Yeah,
They're our largest outlets.
And honestly, this might sound evil, but he's gonna die. You know, that's what it is. You know,
He's
we
foolish
get
man.
our allies in ourselves.
He is a foolish man.
Well, we're doing this for the shackles, to be clear.
I'm also going to tell you, Myste, with your knowledge, even with the fleet that would be sent in, if they're successful and have a weapon, the thing is, Port Peril is an incredibly well-defended place.
He will let everything fall until he's dead.
Yeah, like, Port Peril would still be a really hard take. And
yeah.
Let everything around him burn.
Yeah.
It's obviously, like, they're not going to conquer the shackles in a matter of days. You know, it's going to take a long, long
They're
time.
drawn up a war.
But why even? It says them to not even prepare. Why make it worse for us?
If that's his plan, then why don't we go to the others and see if maybe they would follow somebody who has a different idea.
We should do that, and
Yeah, we need to circumnavigate him.
we make our own war council.
We already knew he was kind of a fool, so now we just, you know, act around him.
He is jealous and spiteful of you.
I think it's all of us.
Jealous
I think
and
he just-
D4.
I think he is jealous of our quick success in the world of pirating.
He is not long for this world regardless. There are whispers.
If he didn't sit on his
He
butt
loves surviving
in that throne and did some pirating of his own, he wouldn't be so goddamn insecure. But you know what? Let's go, why don't we see if we can find, you said she was out of town, but...
Yeah, Tessa's not.
Do we know how long, where she's at, or how long she'll be out of town?
Tomorrow I can sending.
Quent is the most likely result.
Okay.
We know Aaron
So-
is a harbor.
We will
can go
know.
follow up with her. I think we just
Yeah.
spend the next short while just traveling around to each of the peoples, being like, "Hey, what's up?
Well,
Let's talk."
hopefully, I'm gonna try to sending everyone to have everyone gather to us instead of us having to go
Yeah.
to all these different places.
That'll be a lot quicker. I was going to say the same thing. Can we just message everyone, you know?
That was my plan. Because what do you call it? Traveling across the shackles is time inefficient.
Yeah.
Okay. Just in case you're wondering, because you could probably find out this information, Garyon is the master of Stygia, the 5th layer, and the swampy Stygia. He's the source of all heresies.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude. That's not even like, that's like not even the highest layer, right? Isn't it like up top to bottom is like the weakest to strongest? As Modius being at
kind
the
of
bottom?
middle layer, yeah. Middle
Yeah, so
power.
it's not even
level.
like he's not like the weakest dude. He's like,
He's a fucking nerd.
He's the back half. It's notable
Jesus.
before he swore himself to Asmodeus in the Only Vow. He's notable as for devouring 812 other tyrants of hell.
You know what? Fair enough. You do you.
And he appears as a knot of a knotted massive of a knot of 3 massive scaled serpents. And it can regurgitate the top half of any creature he's ever devoured, and can converse or battle an unimaginable number of forms.
Nice.
Just the top half.
Apparently,
Only the top.
he's the largest.
Oh, he needs-
He's over 90 feet in length.
Big lad.
But that just sounds hilarious. It's like, I could just throw up the top of this creature.
Then he can converse with it or use it to, like, as an avatar. Yes, the top half. If I do. And he wears helmets on his head, but the rest of him is unarmored because he's a giant snake.
Definitely Aeronox and that's the first.
so yeah. Well, tomorrow, relearn spells. I can message Tessa, Aeronox. I can message Fuckboy, and I can message friends that owns Goathead.
Yeah.
And the message will be basically the same. I'm gonna assume Tessa's gonna be fine with it.
Are you gonna like call for a
basically-
council somewhere of the initial members?
I'm basically telling
Yeah.
everyone to meet at Quent.
Okay, so who are you calling in for Quent though right now?
So I'm just telling Tessa we're coming to Quent with people.
Okay.
Aeronox,
Mhm.
Fuckboy, and Sky to the south.
Takes
I'll pull up the pegs early.
Basically, everyone that helped us. in
There
our
is a
tribal
possibility of another major individual you could contact. That you...
Well, that's just day one. I get 4 every day.
Okay.
So
We
it's
could
just
try to contact the, Trident people?
Yeah, so-
people?
day one. So in Port Peril, I want to actually send out. I want to have pay some people to start calling for anyone who is willing to fight against Telex to meet at Quent. So I'm going to start spreading news of it. And get people, get pirates to join. There'll be pay and plunder.
You're getting not a lot of response from Port Peril, I'm going to say.
Well, I'm just sending that out just in case, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't really.
Okay.
It's not a big thing. It's just
Okay.
send people out to start.
Why don't
trying
you
to
give
get
me
that.
I'm assuming you're heading for Quent. Why don't you just give me a full list of everybody you're calling upon
Yeah,
right now?
I'm looking for people.
Let me go over here and do player handout, add handout.
Yeah, it's just there's so many people that we have to scan through.
Yeah. So while Revia is doing all of this in Port Peril, there was a time ago when Myste, Aeronox, and Tessa put together basically a ring of spies, like anti-spies and stuff like that.
I'm not sorry.
Misty's gonna try and contact them.
I'm editing the council sheet, by the way.
Okay.
Just-
Alright, yeah. You can send word to them. You can have somebody meet at Quent, we'll say. We'll arrange for that.
I want to get a representative of them, and Misty has the most direct contact with them since she helped.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You can arrange for that. Certainly, send a message for that. Okay. And you're getting the new council list together.
Yeah, I'm writing it down. And these are the people I'm messaging. It doesn't necessarily mean they all answer.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for the people that I know.
I can take a look once you've got.
Yeah, I got this guy, Valerande. I can already say he's annoying, but he's a ship.
Oh, the shrill voiced man.
The shrill voiced man. It's better than not having him.
He's got a cool sword.
He does have a cool sword.
I now I remember which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I have become
Oh, shut up!
as great as my mother. In the battle once more.
He's building himself up.
Yeah.
Can we cast alter voice on him or something?
Honestly, dude, I'll ask
Not
Bloody
even
off to
his
do it.
voice, by the way. He's faking.
I know, but can we just make it
But
so
just
he
choose
can't?
not to do that.
I think it'd be just fun just to make it sure just make it so we can't.
Oh,
Bad.
yeah, we should definitely contact.
I saved the changes so far. Anyone, tell me if I'm missing anyone. I'll add them.
Maybe see where is it at?
It's called the new council. I'm sending it to Plug as well because I might not like him, but if he'll fight for the shackles, why not, right? I don't really care. He might not answer. I mean, I don't know.
I'm gonna look through the NPC list really quick. I think.
Well, I'll ask Werewolf, dude.
Yeah,
He
I
doesn't
was
like
gonna say werewolf.
Yeah.
We technically have. I think we have something on board. And also, he's just kind of like. He doesn't like us because we stopped him from being an asset. So I feel like the bad
That's
look.
true. Well, I think it's more. I think he'll join us just because it'll give him a better chance of fighting and killing people, and it's kind of like his vibe.
I can't remember the person's name, but did we put the sea dwellers in there?
Yeah, that's Masse Darmar.
Okay,
That's the.
I couldn't remember, so I just
Mace
wanted to
is
make
the
sure.
pirate that his father is the member of them.
Yeah.
The sea elves themselves
I'll write
will
Erik. Okay,
not
yeah.
respond because honestly, it's like.
Yeah. Well,
Is,
I mean, it is kind of their problem. Alex might fuck. But if they don't answer, they don't answer. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
One of the issues is I don't exactly recall who we've killed. And who is
I'm looking through my notes about other people.
there were some people we met all the way in like the second and third or something.
That's most of the people we talked. I already put up there, I think.
She's Spywork.
Oh, I need the other book. That's right. I'm sorry. I've had the wrong book open. I remember that. I have more names of members of the council, and I was looking at the wrong book.
Yeah, we have them in here, but I'll contact them. I don't really care if
we invite everyone other than the council leader.
Oh, we should just. We should.
Well,
invite
again,
Buck
like
if he wants to
some
come.
of them are like much more loyal to him too, so that might be insulting.
I think what we would do is we would so this is like before we get to Tessa, and then after we get to Tessa, she'll tell us other people we should message. I think.
Yeah.
Because she'll know, she'll have a better read on who is gonna support him than us.
The list we have is good so far.
Yeah.
It's good for our first contact. Put in that Myste is going to whoever the leader of the counter spy agency that they made is. She has died.
And then
Wasn't technically.
just as a general thing, I'll be like sending words on ships to islands to like tell them of a rally point.
Just because her name is great, we should contact whoever the fuck Wide Old
Well,
name.
well, before we do that, I think part of it is that I want I want Tessa to inform us on who would likely come to this event, right? We don't want to invite people that are like, you know, spies.
Yeah, that
Against
obviously, yeah, we were against us or.
And on this list, I'm not counting the people in our crew already, which is the Wereshark dude, and all those people, but those are not particularly important for the meeting.
I don't see anyone else important, I'll be honest.
No, so it's other than the other people on the council that potentially will join us.
Now I'm just checking some things. I'm trying to find the
So
council.
we have a list of them. It's Aviramar Soranash. That's the werewolf dude, I think.
Yep. Werewolf.
Lady Sarai's Bloodmorn. Elamona Bray, Harlock Masse, Duelist Raffles, and Wide Olga.
Wide Olga. What is it?
That is only a small portion of the Pirate Council, though, is what I'm saying. I'm trying to look for the... That's the ones you met. There is a full list. I'm trying to find that, which book it was.
Yeah, well, I don't necessarily think it's this who is actually particularly important.
I think the people we have here, we don't want a war council to be a billion fucking people. I think.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like trying to look if the from the ones you met, I've got more information on them in the thing, so that's why I was trying to look it up to be able to be like.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're inviting basically everyone to come and join for like the preparation phases, and we'll send word across the Shackles, I think.
Yeah, we could do that from Quint. Quint is a very central location.
Yeah. And you know what? Most pirates are probably willing to fight and kill Chelexians.
Which we can also start organizing mercenary fleets. Being as she is a well-standing mercenary. She can at least tell you the avenues to go for mercenaries.
There we go. What's this? Right? Okay. So certainly, many will arrive at your calling. If that is your, let me just check the list again. If there is anyone else you're calling for, let me know, but you can arrange for meeting in Quent. Certainly the first person you will meet is Tessa, who will greet you. What is this about some form of meeting that you required me to call upon my contacts for?
Our gracious and lovely king is a fool, and she will present the documentation from Chelex. Chelex is coming to the eye.
The aid of an archdevil?
And a powerful new weapon. I have seen it with my eyes.
That's a lie.
And he's unwilling to even lift a finger.
Shouldn't be surprised.
I'm not.
Different than that. A lot has changed in the last couple of months since you had your meeting with him.
I suspect he will simply flee and take his riches with him.
Unfortunately, I do not think that's what he would do. I think part of me believes that he does believe you and what you've said. That there is a force coming. From my understanding, Bonefist is not enough of a fool. But there's been some unfortunate rumors going around and words. In 2 months of absence, from the Shackles has been a great deal. When you first came to Bonefist with the information you gained and requested a council meeting, an emergency one being held, he first saw it as I believe the word, almost an insult. It's a little bit more complex than just that, but it's something that I didn't consider when I gave my assistance and support to you. Certainly there have been factions in amongst the Pirate Council and in amongst the Shackles. But your star has raised very quickly, and you found yourself, honestly, your own faction. Think about it. You first came in, claimed the island, and took it over, managed to succeed at it, and then managed to secure more than one seat on the council. A rarity, but not an impossibility. Been other pirates that have done it, but it has been many, many years since a group such as yourself has secured as many as you did. That puts you in the forefront of a lot of things. You became a power basis on your own. Now, granted, we are friends, and perhaps you ally with a lot of my ideals for what the Shackles could be. But in the eyes of someone like Bonefist, you tore your own faction out of nowhere. And especially in your defeat of Harrigan, proved that. You called upon a number of other pirate lords and allies, pirate allies, built your own fleet, defeated a massive fleet of a powerful individual who wasn't on the Pirate Council for a number of reasons. Opposition amongst a number of members of the council, never passed the regatta, which was an open opportunity, and never really had the direct support from any council members, or enough of them at least. It's a reason that Harrigan never found the spot he wanted. But his power basis rivaled many other pirate lords. And you defeated him and crushed him completely. Karavak, honestly, perhaps for good reason, sees you as a political rival group. Do you feel like you are?
I like these.
It
really
doesn't even
funny
matter.
thing is that if he just listened to us, we probably wouldn't have been a problem for him. I gotta be honest, getting me to do anything like this would have been obnoxious bore, and I think Revia is more at home behind the wheel of our ship than she'd ever be in some stuffy chair. So, but now I'm pissed off because I have to take time out of my schedule to go and try to save the entire Shackles instead of, doing pirate stuff like I want to do. So now we're gonna go resolve this, and then once we're done, we're probably gonna, make sure Bonefist isn't in that chair and put somebody else who is gonna be responsible there.
Yes, when the dust of Telek settles, there will unfortunately be another war. It isn't.
That is really what it is at the end of the day. It's not about political differences here. It's about ignoring the very upfront evidence of the fact that they are invading and have a way through the eye, and choosing to ignore it.
When Chelix arrives in force, and Bone Fist's forces are not there, it will be very clear that he does not care for this. Regardless if that is his reason or not, that will be the perception, and I don't believe it.
There's arrogance there, though. Certainly, and I can understand that arrogance. Myself, you, Aranex, and a few other, I'm sure, allies that we all have, understand that Cheliax can be a threat. But their track record and many other issues in the surrounding area, certainly within the political sphere of Cheliax itself, means that a threat of this magnitude is honestly hard to believe. The information you've given me, I trust because I know you, that you are accurate, that this is truly the threat that you believe it to be. But I also understand his hesitance. And I feel like that's a spoken thing between a lot here. And maybe some arrogance with many of the pirate lords would exist here from the council. Think about it. The Shackles is filled with pirates, and many of us fight with each other. Every unsuccessful Cheliax invasion has done one thing. Culled a lot of the weaker and smaller pirates. They come back, but it means that many of us in power, at least from those times, secured their power bases more. And then Cheliax was defeated because their initial attacks, though maybe finding some success, were initially defeated by a combined fleet which took its time until the threat was actually on the doorstep to see, because they were already damaged enough. Certainly, finding a way through the eye is a major threat, and might catch many off guard. But I also do see and understand how he could think it would be difficult for an entire fleet to navigate it safely. As much as you can find safe navigation, especially for something of a archdevil, I know enough to know that beings of that power are powerful, but they are not true gods. And the eye is a powerful scar upon our world. Protect an entire massive fleet? Perhaps, but it does have a level of far-fetchedness to it. Perhaps that's what he's thinking, is there's less ships coming. And again, I believe you that they found a way to manage to get an entire fleet through. But this is an attitude that I worry about that many other our fellow pirates will have. I think that's the main issue. Plenty of pirate lords will share Bone Fist's attitude at this.
Then we will need a list of people we can trust. You and Aeronaut, of course, are among the highest.
And I'm sure we can call upon your allies, and I have a few that I can call upon. And Aeronax might have a few that he knows.
And I'm sure we can get some up-and-coming pirates to join us in this fight. The glory and whatnot.
Who else have you contacted?
I've told Gerald and Pegsworthy Iger, don't worry about him. Of the actual important people, I've contacted the Master of Regales, Daramar, and Avimar. And Plug.
Let's get a strange fascination with that one.
Well, he seems like he actually has some amount of power. So, and he seems to be doing something. I don't really care, but he needs the shackles to not be owned by Chelex, presumably.
I do believe the Master of Gales will most likely join us, along with his apprentice, Daramar. The Master understands the eye more than the rest of us, and if you would... What was your message to him? If you mentioned it, it would probably spark his interest more than anything.
Yeah, I would have. Everyone knows that Chelex can cross the eye. And
Okay,
to meet
the Chelex can found
the
a way
message
across
is,
that.
the message
Then-
is Chelex can cross the eye. We are gathering in Quent for a council.
Then the Master of Gales will show. Though he has remained a often neutral party in a lot of manners, he does believe in the safety of the shackles, and certainly dealing with the eye would be a thing that he would be particularly interested in. As for... You did contact... Avamar Sorniash?
Yeah, the werewolf.
Yeah, that's the werewolf dude. He's the only one I was really iffy on, and Plug, obviously.
Avamar is a difficult one. I don't think he'll show up on his own. But you might be able to convince him. As much as he might have similar beliefs to Bonefist, his nature might means you could perhaps convince him to get in on the blood and violence early.
That's what I thought.
But you might need to contact him directly.
He'll be someone we go to then. I think baiting him in with the thought of senseless violence and killing of Chelaxian scum is probably wise. Very possible.
Delmona, you met her at the council.
I wanted to wait before contacting anyone else at the council because we don't really know them that well.
I know
So your
Delmona.
expertise.
Yes, but I'm saying you should contact her. You should probably go...
Okay.
Honestly, since you've only met once, I would recommend going to Motaku Isle and meeting with her. In Little White.
Motaku
I was thinking
She's...
we're
one
on.
We're on Motaku.
Yes, but it's a different area of Motaku Isle.
Yeah, well,
It's Little White is she's from.
Oh, that's cool. That's on our way to Olo anyway.
Yeah. So
Well, it's a little out of the way.
It's a little out of the way, but like it's like it's far enough away that they're disconnected, you know. So
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. This is. I mean, all these islands aren't that big actually. But yeah.
she has a very powerful anti-slavery idealism, and she has fought for that throughout the Shackles. Cheliak's present, no matter what, would be a danger to that sort of belief. So certainly, she would probably be very easy to convince.
Perhaps I think that's if I am not present for such a meeting, given my history as a ad.
Perhaps.
I believe. I don't believe it'll be a problem to convince her. Our captain is adamantly anti-slavery.
All of us are.
Yes, but I think that's the only opinion Yaalkol holds very, very concretely.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I'm kind of just flubbing my way through most stuff, but I do feel pretty strongly about the whole slavery thing.
You might be able to convince the Maxime siblings on Taldus Island at Little Opera.
On what island?
Taldus Island, Little Opera. It's south of Motaka.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The two of them are descended of Taldan stock. Certainly as much as they are separated out from their grandparent, that there still is a inherent distrust and dislike of Cheliax, hence the difficulties between Taldan and Cheliax. You might be able to convince those two. The Maxime sisters.
Okay. Anyone else potentially convincible?
You might be able to...
What about Raffles?
Raffles is a possibility. As a former slave themselves, certainly Raffles might be able to be convinced, but with plenty of issues and difficulty on Bag Island, they often don't find a push for anything major sometimes in controlling there. But certainly plenty of halflings have difficulty in Cheliax. Raffles could be convinced, I think, too. Let me just see about anybody else on this list. I'm just checking quickly. Because I got a list of all the... I finally figured out which book it was in here. I'm unsure if any of the other pirate lords would be acceptable or listen to. Again, those either have stake or a dislike enough of Cheliax that regardless of success or actual threat, they could be convinced to join. As I said, the preconceived notion of what actual threat it is, regardless of this information, means that it certainly is difficult to convince people. These, I think, would be easy to convince. I'm not sure if anybody else could be influenced. And there has been some influence that Bonefist has been working on. Certainly because of his faction splitting that I talked about. There are a number of individuals that might be less inclined now to listen to you in amongst the council. There are plenty of still neutral parties, but Bonefist still has enough support that, and Shackles is fractured enough that it would still be dangerous. You're right. I have thought for some time that he should be ousted. And maybe this will be a driving point. If our groups combined drive out a Chelaxi invasion that actually proves to be a threat, that might be grounds to oust Bonefist. The best way to do that would be to if we can prove him incompetent with this, we can convince the rest of the council to replace him. As much as violence oftentimes accompanies piracies and pirate lords and pirate council, to be recognized as a new Hurricane King, the council has to get rid of the old one. Right now, we have nowhere near enough support for something like that. that might be a push
But-
to do something like that. But
But
we have to be
win,
victorious first.
if we win against the Chelaxians, I believe popular support will come floating in.
That's hard to say.
It might at least show that he did not act when shown the proper evidence,
Honesty on top.
and make at least people second guess if he should be in charge.
Perhaps. I
Especially if we have the support of the Master of Gales, he himself holds a lot of influence.
Master of Gales holds respect, not influence, unfortunately. His position for winning the regatta many years in a row, and his powerful magics and control over weather have proven himself a force to be reckoned with. But, unlike many of us, such as myself, he doesn't really bring about many allies. Mace is the closest thing, and is another pirate lord. And Mace is his apprentice. And that's a good enough reason to have an ally, but that's pretty much all he has. So,
Perhaps have a few strings that can pull with mercenary companies as well.
for this upcoming battle, he'd be useful, but for political anything, it's hard to say. His influence in joining us doesn't say much. The information that a Chelaxian group is crossing the eye, again, found a magical way, that would sound like something that would interest him. That's why I suggested him.
I think at the end, though, we should only worry about that political ousting once we've dealt with the major problem of the Chelax.
I was meaning more on the, could we recruit anybody else? It would be difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. Some might call for, honestly, money. Mercenary companies, as you said, would be a good point. Plenty of them could be recruited with enough money. But
Well, I guess we should do some plundering on our way down to Lily White and Olo.
there can only be so much gained, and it's probably best to see what our coffers would be. I'll prepare for the meeting. I would recommend you call upon the others if you wish for them to be at the meeting that I've suggested. And then we can see what we can arrange from there.
We're taking the liberty of informing our spies. That's the good one. We keep an eye out.
I haven't had any major reports. It seems as though the from the last report I received a number of weeks ago, it's not that the Chelaxian spy network is seemingly completely gone. It does seem that there is something still remaining, but it was quieter. We had managed to oust a lot of ability, and certainly investing in protection against Cheliax has meant that they've been unable to create quite as powerful foothold as they may have perhaps had with the funding that was reallocated.
Have you received any reports of Inquisitor activity? They will come as well.
Nothing that's been identified. And I think that might be the problem, is that if there is activity such as that, I'm not sure anyone beyond you or perhaps Aranax would be able to identify them. Maybe some of Aranax's officers,
Could ask for that, yes.
but certainly I could not tell the difference between a Cheliax Inquisitor, especially if they did not dress in dark robes and brandish their symbols, against any other.
They're good at hiding. But they will come. They want my head, and this battle would be the easiest way to get it. And I do not intend to lose a second homeland to that.
I will prepare for the meeting if you can contact those remaining individuals.
We have a couple of towns to visit then,
And
some discussions to plan.
I will leave it there. Where we've kind of set up for what part 2 and part 3 is. I'm going to be honest, part 2, gathering together a fleet and having a battle / ousting the Chalaxians. We're not going to have a fleet battle. We'll probably have some kind of climactic final battle, or maybe a couple small battles leading up to a climactic final battle. I'll figure out what we're doing. Depending on what kind of groups you actually like, we'll have some, talking checks and stuff like that to do that. And then the actual important part 3 is, you have to convince enough members of the council to vote out Karavek Bonefist. It's like,
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
it's actually it could, depending on it. There's a lot of random neutral members that.
It's not leaving peace.
Well, I mean,
We will likely have to fight him and his squad a little bit.
yes, but there is an actual official thing to do first rather than just fight it.
Yeah.
You have to
But-
convince the council
What-
to
Yeah.
basically say get the fuck out.
Yeah, but what pirate is ever peacefully relinquishing?
Ah,
No monarch peacefully relinquishes power, right? Historically that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's the thing is, it never really happens for the Pirate Council here anyway, if that kind of thing occurs. It's just that usually when the majority of the Pirate
formality.
Council votes against it, it's the formality, and normally the person then actually leaves because they don't like the threat of, because it is 3/4 of the council has to vote against it. So it's sort of that's a vast majority. A lot of pirates coming to murder you means you probably don't want to stick around.
Not worth trying to hold on to the siege.
Yes, that's
Really?
usually enough of a threat.
All of fun, let's be real.
That's usually enough of a threat. Usually. But anyway, we'll worry about that for part 3 and figuring all that kind of stuff out. You've already figured out what part 4 is. Somebody doesn't want to leave peacefully once you've voted him out.
That has to die.
Yeah. As long as everything goes according to plan. So yeah! Thanks everybody for joining today. We finished up the Chalaxian spy work and got into assembling a fleet to take out the Cheliax.
Yep. Very, predictable, I think, outcome to our...
I mean, it's I'm trying to not... It's hard to make Bonefist an actual kind of, antagonist to you without being, super, super douchey, which he kind of is anyway.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
He's gonna be a douche when there's a bullet.
Stop making our villains villainous.
He's not villainous is the problem. He's just an asshole.
He's just a dude.
That's the problem. He's a
dude
terrible
with
villain for you
legitimately
guys.
valid concerns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem. He's he's a bad politician, a good pirate, and you basically brought him political.
Sounds like what we're gonna be.
I feel like we're better politicians.
Well, I think that's because we're players, though.
I mean, also, because, honestly, you've got people that would listen to allies, and he doesn't really listen to anybody.
Definitely should not let Myste have any form of power in this fucking
I think they already gave you a Pirate Council seat.
Yeah,
it'll get...
you're gonna charge lawful stuff.
There'll be a lot of dead people who just don't agree with Myste if she ever becomes Hurricane King.
That's unlikely to happen.
No, it's going to Yaalkol. We've already agreed on this.
Yeah.
I think Jacub would agree with Myste to be no fun. We'd all do the right thing and don't pillage and have fun and get drunk.
Myste would institute a purge.
Yeah, that sounds a little too evil, I think. For my character.
E.g. Myste.
You know, purging your political opponents is, I think, a little too evil. I think that's because they're players, though. I mean, like, no, it's gonna be fun.
It's going to Yaalkol. We've already agreed on this.
Yeah, that sounds a little too evil, I think. For my character.
Myste would institute a purge.
You know, purging your political opponents is, you know, I think that does
Yeah,
fall
it
under
must like
evil.
become an evil country or something.
No, it makes sense. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
There's just to tell you, just before we finish up here, officially, there's technically like 35 members of the Pirate Council.
Yeah, and they're all nerds.
Jesus.
That's
They're
why,
all
like,
losers
when you have,
because
like,
of us.
that includes you. So it's like 30 other members. So that's why when, like, you guys and, like, so, like, a dozen showed up for a meeting. That's normal. It's like a third of them people show up for meetings. Unless
I mean, it makes sense.
it's something involved with them directly, they don't show up.
All the other guys are nerds.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're opposite of nerds. They're like
Losers.
pirating.
Losers.
They're pirates that got a...
Jacob's a nerd and he's a pirate.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but Jacob's like a pirate because it's convenient.
Yeah, like I'm a pirate just so like one because all my friends are pirates, so like no one might push over, but also it's super convenient.
All my friends were doing
Like
it,
a
so I
really easy way
decided
to
to join too.
Like the kid who's just really into Warhammer 40k. He's like, God damn it! I know everyone here's a fucking doing MDMA as well, but you know, I'm just really I want to make my little army guys go boom boom. So you know, I'm gonna hang out.
The amount of times Jacob has been peer pressured into something, it's astounding. Honestly.
It's just the character backstory.
I don't know,
Peer
guys.
pressured into being a pirate, peer pressured into joining a religion.
Never forget, Jacob's backstory is basically just wanting to look cool to people because of his lack of self-confidence.
Yeah, he's
Pretty
like,
much. It was
he's like,
I'll show you,
you're
Dad.
like-
I'll
you're-
be the best wizard ever.
you were like looking for a spellcaster, and he's like, happened to be there at the bar at the time. You're like looking for a spellcaster to hire on for a
He was like, well, you're a caster, join us.
Well, I got some really cool, you know, it's like, I learned a lot. I went to school. I got some, like, pretty decent level spells, you know. I you know, graduated wizard college.
He was like level 8 at the time, so he wasn't low level.
Well, that's like,
Yeah.
that's being really successful at wizard college. I feel like, yeah, I feel like,
He has a degree, unlike the rest of us.
yeah, I feel like 5th level is like where a normal wizard college degree is. So you maybe got his like masters of wizard college to get to 8th
5th
level.
level? Really?
Well, yeah, because that's like when you get fireball or something. You know, that's
I
your
feel like
that's your
when
like.
you graduate wizard school, you're a level 1 wizard. And then everything else is like grad school.
That's wizard high school.
That's like wizard high school.
Yeah,
I
but
guess
wizard high
that's-
school is like a whole paid-ass tuition.
I'm pretty sure, like, you know, you have to be able to cast spells to actually go to a wizard speller
Yeah,
school or something.
You do.
This is
Well,
very
where do you
minimal
learn to
level,
cast spells then?
You get a book by spending money on it, and then spend like
Yeah, it's a
fucking
very-
4 years just studying the books.
It's
I need to Google Pathfinder wizard school now. I need to figure this out.
They come in different forms though too. So
fucking wizards are just like rich dudes who are nerds. That's all they are. Rich guys who are nerds.
I never liked
To be
playing
fair, he
rich
does
people.
come from a rich family.
Yeah, they're just the worst.
If you're looking for like everyday like casters, it would be like a sorcerer who like somehow learn magic by being like, I want to cast fire.
Sorcerers just are built different, you know.
Really popular kids who learn magic.
Eric, do you have anything to shout out today?
No, nothing for me. I'm just I'm out here having a blast and you know, glad as hell that we're out of pseudo hell. You know, glad
Honestly,
to be back on the
I was
stage.
very happy to get out of pseudo hell because I feel like, as much as that was great, it's just not your strong point being spies.
I did turn to violence, so Yaalkol had something to do. I will be
You
honest.
did turn to violence, which honestly did catch me off guard, but it was fine. Yeah, I figured you could turn to violence, but it was very quick.
I was mildly inconvenienced and done with their shit.
Yeah, I can get that. Having anything to
Is
check?
that all it takes?
Yes.
To be mildly inconvenienced before we turn to
Look,
violence.
man, Myste tried to overthrow a government, man.
Yeah, good times. Anyway, Henry, anything to shout out?
No, but if you guys want to watch me and Eric's Warhammer 40k streams that apparently we're doing now, we'll be doing it in roleplay of Yaalkol and Jacub. Please join us.
Sounds great.
It's just Yaalkol trying to learn how to play Warhammer 40k, and very poorly interpreting the roleplay aspect.
What faction would Yaalkol do? Like orcs. Orcs for sure.
It's definitely the orcs. You kidding me?
I feel like Yaalkol's the kind of guy who would just have orc armies and hope everything works.
Yeah.
What do you mean I can't orc rush?
All right.
If you believe it enough, you can orc rush.
If you can believe.
Jacob's definitely an dark player.
Yeah. Momo, anything to shout out?
I'm here and I chose violence today, but you can catch me on Discussing Tabletop, where I also choose violence.
Yes.
With your words.
Violent words.
I've had many a rant about Wizards of the Coast in the past 6 months.
They deserve it. Anyway.
Wizards of the Coast and Games Workshop, they're the number one on my hit list.
Wizards. I sigh and shake my head and hope for the best, but I don't know. Sell anything to shout out yourself today. You're muted.
You're muted, sir.
No, nothing to shout out. I was just reading this description about this college in Little Chalix, the city of Corvosa in Revia, and how terrible it is. Did you know 2 of every 10 students in the academy died the first 3 years?
That is how magic would actually be. It would not be Harry Potter.
No, they don't die because of like learning magic. They die because it uses basically slave labor, and they die to trap spells or imps.
I mean, yeah, that's just happening.
To be fair, Harry Potter
this
did
isn't
start
like
killing
spells go
students.
wrong. This is their seniors send them in dangerous positions and they just fucking die.
Look, I mean, like, you know how many kids probably die at fucking Hogwarts? Like,
none.
That's rookie numbers, man.
Yeah, like 10 a day die at
There's a
Hogwarts.
bunch of dead people there.
Hey, look, depending on where your wizard school / college is probably different, but they're all probably going to have a lot of honest problems because magic's dangerous.
To be clear, 20% of your students dying is pretty bad.
Yeah, you just have more students.
They probably have the worst numbers.
It's 20%. If 20% of like a school died, that is a mass tragedy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that just sounds like enrollment in Chalice. Yeah, I mean,
But
I'm pretty sure we're gonna miss that kid.
I believe that was the city is kind of part of Kellogg's currently.
No, it's part of Vareja. It was the capital of Chelix Vareja.
Yeah, that's right. It's also, I think, ruled by because there's
the place is fucked. I feel like this is probably like the highest percentage of people that die for wizard schools.
Like really bad.
Look,
but this is the only one that has a lot written about it, other than the one in, the one that the second edition AP set in, which is I forget the name.
There's a lot of issues in.
But it's kind of worth it because also if you're a wizard, you could probably make a shit ton of money.
I mean, yeah.
There's parlor trick, yeah.
Anyway, Joe, do you have anything to shout out? Did I ask already? I don't remember.
See everyone in 2 weeks?
Yeah, that's true, because we're going to be off next week. That's an important thing to say. We missed last week because of sickness. Next week, because of some business, 2 people are going to be busy and not going to be available. So we're missing next week. I'll be talking about some Starfinder tomorrow, figuring out what we're doing Friday and Saturday after that, discussing tabletop this Saturday, and then we'll figure out my schedule for next week and talking all about the tabletops. And if you missed yesterday, I not only talked about Pathfinder Gnomes and Galarian, which was very interesting, I introduced everybody to Galt, because I felt that was appropriate on Independence Day for us. Welcome to Super French Revolution on steroids.
Oh, I know what.
I thought it'd be an interesting.
You're gonna save it for Bastille Day.
I could have, but maybe I'll do the actual country that's kind of American-y and has a democracy that actually successfully had a revolution and didn't keep murdering people on that day, just to be kind of opposite day for that one. Anyway, everybody, that's scheduled Starfinder stuff tomorrow, and, you know, figure out Friday, tomorrow, and we'll talk about it for then. And, you know, so getting back to normal schedule now that not sick anymore. Hope you enjoyed the show today. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Have a great rest of your Wednesday if it's still Wednesday, or a great Thursday if it's already past midnight like it is for me.
It is Thursday, currently.
Yeah.
For everyone. I think.
Are we all East Coast now?
Probably East Coast.
Dang. Well, then, you know, viewers that are not East Coast, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. If not, enjoy Thursday. Anyway, bye, everybody. Oh, YouTube, Twitter, Discord, all those things. Check them out. All my links and stuff. Anyway, bye!